相変わらずやかましい奴らだ。
今度は背中合わせで行くわよ。
よっしゃ、第7班ここに復活だってばよ。
brought your checkbooks and your wits tonight. Let's start the
We jump into action, dashing. Perspectives are clashing. Oh, 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 we're taking on the fight. Jump into the showdown till justice is found. Transform into battle now. Judgment's gavel coming down. Fighting for the righteous justice, fighting for the priceless truth, blurring all the lines between the bad and the good. Yeah, fighting for the justice no matter what we do. Three perspectives sharing one objective, yeah. Everybody's fighting for the truth. Justice calls. Dragon in agile fashion. Oh, we jump into action, dashing. Perspectives are clashing. Oh, 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 we're taking on the fight. Showdown till justice is found. Transform into battle now. Judgment's gavel coming down. Fighting for the righteous justice, fighting for the priceless truth, blurring all the lines between the bad and the good. Yeah, fighting for the justice no matter what we do. Three perspectives sharing one objective, yeah. Everybody's fighting for the truth. Locked in on the mission from different positions. We fight with precision, winning. The truth is our vision. Oh, 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 we're taking on the fight. We're calling for justice on the battleground. We're not stopping till it's found. Nobody can judge our passionate actions, even when the gavel's coming down. Fighting for the righteous justice, fighting for the priceless truth, blurring all the lines between the bad and the good. Yeah, fighting for the justice no matter what we do. Three perspectives sharing one objective, yeah. Everybody's fighting for the truth. Justice calls.
They said there's a limit in the women's league. In MWI, we say limit? Watch us bounce from the MWI queens everyone knows, to the stars who came out from nowhere, to the ultimate champions. Now, MWI is expanding greater than ever. Turkey, EECA, Africa, Mongolia, and beyond. We're stretching the map wider MWI, where dreams get louder. This isn't just a tournament, it's your passport to the world stage. A spotlight for women in the EWC. No rules, no ceilings, no limits. Just this. We're vibrant. We're ready. We're limitless.
Assalamualaikum ya akhi wa ukhti, and welcome to the end of MPL MENA Season 7. The last match available in this season. Blood, sweat and tears have been poured by these two teams to get this to this point in the regular season, even in the postseason. And right now we have me, Sheffin, and my boy here, Realize, to accompany you guys throughout all the, hopefully, 7 matches that we're gonna have today. How are you doing, Realize, and what are you expecting, especially in this MENA finals?
Before that, Walaikum Salam, obviously, my brother, right there, Sheffin. We expect 7 games to happen. It's going to be a banger evening, obviously, because here in Indonesia, it's late at night. It's 10 past. I don't know. I'm not good with clocks, but yeah, it's almost 11 in the evening. So it's approaching midnight, and it's going to be very fun, accompanied by actions coming in from MPL MENA. Obviously now Season 7 Grand Finals, 2 amazing teams, Ultra Legends and Team Falcons, which, by the way, Twisted Minds, it is very sad to see them crash out in the lower bracket finals yesterday, but Ultra Legends, they are making waves.
Yeah, and it is the first time in, I believe, 2 seasons that Twisted Minds is not featured in the grand finals. But you can't really say it that way per se, because like almost all of the Twisted Minds player are here to represent this time around Team Falcons, except for Hoda, the jungler of the current Twisted Minds team. Shout out Marky, by the way, ex-Geek fam. And Team Falcons, I think we have 2 different stories here in the grand finals. For 2 of these teams, right? Because Team Falcons, as you know, maybe you're not really paying full attention to the MENA region, but you always know that this organization is everywhere. Even the players that you see right now as, you know, already featured in a lot of international tournaments in the M World, in the MSC, they're always there. Meanwhile, for Ultra Legends, Realize, this is such a BT kill-like story, I gotta say.
I think I'd say Ultra Legends is an anime team, because this is the team that relies on the power of friendship. They are obviously a fresh face in the MPL MENA region. Their debut is this season, by the way. And this team was formed by a group of close friends, and they were connected through their jungler, Throwboy, who, by the way, is one of the rising stars of this season, especially in MPL MENA. And if he does make it to MSC, it's going to be very interesting, because we're gonna see a team that basically is just a group of friends making it to the international stage alongside Throwboy, a player we have to highlight. And in interviews, you know, Ultra Legends, they say that they don't fear losing, because every moment or every result, any result, is their time to learn about new experiences, and it's through the power of friendship that they prevail.
And hopefully the power of friendship will propel them to this grand final prize pool. 30 grand USD. Wow. Man, oh man, like the money that I could spend with that, or like the thing that I could spend with that money. Realize, do you have an idea on what you would do with this kind of money?
I think I'm gonna buy, I don't know, like 1,000 wraps of nasi padang. If that's interesting, or like 5,000 wraps of kebab, because I love kebab so much. Obviously, these are the teams that have been the past champions of MPL MENA. Recently it was Twisted Minds, and by the way, for Twisted Minds, they have to be left behind by their 4 core players who have now jumped ship into Team Falcons. It's just Hoda left behind having to rebuild something with Twisted Minds. But again, he failed in the last stretch against Ultra Legends, a very fiery team that is looking to conquer everything. And it just proves to you that this region is so unpredictable.
Yeah, and that unpredictability, hopefully it will come through the drafts, as we're going to see here, the brackets of the playoffs that we had. Yesterday it was Ultra Legends winning it out against Twisted Minds 3-2. Some interesting draft from them. We're going to talk about it later, but we're going to have a best of 7 here between Falcon Esports and Ultra Legends. And going back to the Falcon Esports, man, like, it is pretty sad that Hoda is left out from Twisted Minds, but you could kind of realize that they have a better replacement here in Bo Yet. And you can always ask all the Filipinos out there, they always say Pinas lang malakas. Any Filipino import is always above.
I mean, yeah, the Filipinos are making waves everywhere. Indonesia, Malaysia, even in the Singapore region, or even now in MPL MENA, we had Marky, and now we have Bo Yate, who will be playing in the grand finals. It's going to be an interesting match against Throwboy. By the way, this is a rematch of the upper bracket finals. So yeah, Falcons, they were able to wrap up the game 3-0, if I'm not mistaken, and now it's going to be the perfect moment for Ultra Legends to get the revenge on towards Falcons. And for this best of 7, it's going to be very interesting so far, because if we now talk about Ultra Legends now, back to them. In MPL MENA, for those of you who don't really know, there has been this narrative of what we call a power shift. So basically, the old legends, the old giants are no longer in control. It's all about the new players. It's all about the new teams, the newcomers. They're making waves in the MPL MENA stage, and Ultra Legends is one of them. This is the team that started the power shift narrative in MPL MENA. And to win it all right now in the grand finals, it will be a very, very insane feat. Knowing the fact that, again, this team is just created through the bond of friendship.
Yeah, and that power shift is surely a very interesting narrative. And Ultra Legends is one of them. The two other is Team Rod and Team X, which unfortunately did not make it to the grand finals right now. But yeah, MPL MENA is just a box of chocolate. You can never know what you're gonna get. And you can see here, even in the regular season standings, the 1st to 4th seed realized they all share the same match rate, a 5-2. They only differ by 2 points between the 1st placer and the 4th placer in Twisted Minds. So even before the postseason begins, we can never rule out any upsets happening. But it turns out the 1st seed and the 2nd seed is here in the grand finals, even though the 2nd seed was the one that came out from the upper bracket finals.
I do agree that as well. A lot of things happening, right? It's a roller coaster of a season here in MPL MENA in season 7, and I think again in towards this grand finals, it's going to be an old narrative that has been recurring in MPL matches, right? It's about the young bloods against the legends, against the experienced players. It's either going to be, hot-blooded players who are ready to bash everything on towards the players who are more experienced. We talked about mechanics that is very indeed very achievable in the hands of the players of Ultra Legends. For Twisted Minds, or rather for Falcons, though, it's them and their experience, exposure from international events. They have been there quite a couple of times, even if back then it was Twisted Minds carrying the flag of MENA in international events. But, the core 4 players have been the same. Sanji, Tarzan, Cuffin, Sano, even Troll as the roamer, right? It's going to be them again with the experience, garnering so much, battle info on the enemies that have been posing threats to them on international stages. Now it's only on a domestic scale, but I believe Ultra Legends have that surprise factor, because yesterday they brought out the Yusun Shin, right? We talked about this before we went live, and we're gonna talk about it later more in the draft. But I'm interested to see the pocket picks that will be brought upon by Ultra Legends. Who knows? They'll try to whip out an Esmeralda or maybe an Alucard, because we have seen in the regular season the Alucard being picked once, but I couldn't really remember which team picked it up, but it was a loss, so they don't really want to do it again. But Alucard is still there.
yeah, you can never know, man. And for Team Falcons as well, I think they have some kind of advantage in a way, realized, because just fun fact, Troll and Tarzan are brothers in real life. So if Ultra Legends have that power of friendship, blood's thicker than water. Brotherhood beats friendship any day of the week. So maybe that's something that you can look forward to in this matchup. But yeah, Ultra Legends, man, going back to this team again, what a story so far. We've been I sound like a broken record, but this is just an incredible story, one in a million. I mean, I'm just kind of exaggerating it, but you know what I mean. The key players for this team, man. Rice Cream, you can say that he's the most experienced player out of all of them. He was in ROT last season. And I guess in every team, even though this is a newly built team, you always need that kind of like leadership in a way, and Rice Cream brings it to the table for Ultra Legends. Even Throwboy, you can kind of make the case that this is currently the best jungler in MENA history, especially with the fact that if you see the MLBB Esports official account, he is the only player in MPL MENA that got highlighted. There is a few names out there that got highlighted by this account, only some pretty special players, especially mechanically.
Yeah, obviously mechanic is something that is all well honed for the players in MPL MENA. It's all about them just trying to get more experience, get battle tested to later on hop into MSC, or rather the M7 World Championships later this year. But yeah, before this, obviously, Chefin, there was a prompt below us. If you guys have any opinions or ideas on what is happening or who will be the winners, the predictions, all that, you can join in the conversation in the live chat, because there will be 10 lucky winners who will be drawn into a possibility of getting and winning 1,000 diamonds. So yeah, obviously prize pool for the players and prize pool for the audiences as well, right? It has to be an equal playing ground. So if you have any opinions or any narratives you want to bring into the live chat, go on, spread the word out, yeah, and possibly get yourself 1,000 diamonds for yourself.
Yeah, 1,000 diamonds, a lot, man. Especially with this Naruto event going on. As we're gonna jump into the lineup here, Sano, Troll, Coffin, Boyet, and also Sanji. These are some very experienced player. Even Boyet, he was ex-Minana EVOS in MPL PH or PH region. So this is you can never say it's a dark horse, but even before the season begins, this is the, I guess, the #1 contender. Yeah,
indeed. They have been there since day one, right? Just contending for the championship and all that. But obviously, these are the fresh faces of MPL MENA, the power shifters, the change makers, the game changers, everything you want to call them. Farah, Rice Cream, Koinok, Throwboy, and Dark Lord, the players who are giving hope to youngsters and to no-namers that they can be someone, and they can be the players who will set the tempo and set the mood. And they are just, what, 5 wins away or 4 wins away from possibly, 4 games away from possibly hoisting that MPL MENA Season 7 trophy. So if they win, I think everything is gonna go chaos mode. But at the bottom of my heart, I'm slowly rooting for them. I want to see them prevail. It's not that I hate Falcons, but just imagine, a bunch of friends bonding into one, and then they end up just winning the whole thing. It's going to be a very insane story.
Yeah, I don't think we have an equivalent of this in any other region that's already franchised in MPL ID. I guess the closest thing you can compare them to is probably Team Liquid last season, but you can never, they have MDL experience, so it's not really fair to say that those are just 5 randos going to MPL right away. So with this being said, realize with them being quote-unquote inexperienced in the big stages, do you think it's gonna make them even better? Like, do you think they're just built different? There's not gonna be any pressure whatsoever in their mentality, or is it gonna just bite back to them because they've never really played in a match that have this much stakes going on? Like MSC spot arguably is the biggest stake here in MPL MENA.
Hey, I'm just gonna quote them, right? We don't fear losing. Every moment is a learning opportunity, and that is the exact words that the players of Ultra Legends said. So I think the pressure is there. Obviously, nerves do come in mind, but again, it's just them going out and playing without nothing to lose. And even if they lose, it's a learning lesson. This is their way of life, basically.
Yeah, I mean, we have the opposite of losing here. Coffin claimed MPL Season 4 and Season 6 with ice in his veins, and he's not done yet. Ooh. So your veins out, or whatever they're saying. But yeah, this is, I guess, a few seasons ago, or like 2 seasons ago, I said, or maybe Mirko and Arashi said that this guy like the sons of MENA with no, seriously, like he has a pretty high mechanical skills and he likes to show off too a lot of times.
And obviously, for more facts, and this one is obviously a very, very heartwarming one for the Egyptian fans out there. This is the first time ever an Egyptian team reaches the grand finals since MPL MENA Season 3. So yeah, this is the uprising of the Egyptian region. Them finally getting up there again, putting their names out in the map. And MPL MENA, obviously a region that has so much untapped potential, untapped powers, and Ultra Legends. It just proves to you that the talent is there, that the resources are still there. And if you want to hone yourself, it's a possibility you can be one of the best in the region. And not to mention, Chefin, you said that, you know, the equivalent of Ultra Legends run is probably Team Liquid. But Ultra Legends is not even a proper organization. This team is not backed with, you know, the power that more organizations has, right? It's not that like they have a lot of money in their banks. I'm not trying to say that, you know, it's not well managed, but this is a team that has been made through friends. So I think that's another something that adds fuel to the fire, obviously.
Yeah, and I wonder if this fact here you can see in the screen, Falcons fans won't tolerate any loss today. The weight of expectations has never been heavier because at the same time they're facing off, as you said, realize a very quote-unquote inexperienced team. So really there's no reason for them to lose. And for an org as big as Falcons, I don't think losing is in their dictionary. It's gotta be something that they're gonna chase until the end, and hopefully, I don't know, maybe they will. I don't know, man. Falcons, I feel like they are going in this match, even though they are the second in the regular season, they are the clear contender here before the finals begin. I don't know if you agree with me on that.
I think they are. They are the contenders. They are the ones with something to lose. But obviously, with the experience that they have, they know how to stop losing from happening. As we jump into the draft straight away, yeah, it's interesting to see the drafts coming in. Yi Sun-shin ban out of respect towards Throwboy, because Throwboy was bringing out the Yi Sun-shin twice yesterday in the lower bracket finals, Game 1 and Game 5.
Yeah, and both of them, the matches that they played Yi Sun-shin in, they've won the match, and they bring out this very interesting strategy of putting a fighter in the gold lane. But we're not gonna see that right now. Coach Lyric prefers to ban that. And by the way, Coach Lyric, shout out to him, a very experienced coach here in the MENA region, probably the GOAT of all the coaches there is in MENA. He also bans the Lucas. Meanwhile, for Ultra Legends, they don't want to see that dynamic rhythm of joy. And speaking of dynamic, that's the Harith ban for you again. So not much dashing or like from the wings of Falcons tonight.
Yeah, they have to find another way to soar high and fly with their wings. A Farza pick would be very, very fun, you know, just to get the representation of the Falcons out there. But obviously, it's too early to pick up a Farza. It's not really viable if you're gonna first pick it. But in certain situations, it will be very viable. Chip taken out, obviously, just trying to hinder the global presence that Ultra Legends wants to bring, because they like to play the triple E combo as well a few times yesterday, and they like to be very fast on the macro. And this is a team that also has proper macro, not only their mechanical skills, their micro skills, but their macro is also well honed. So that is something that Team Falcons are just trying to look out for. As the Baxia gets taken out of the options from Falcons, and Baxia has seen a rise in popularity so far in every region, I would say.
Yeah, it feels like the utility meta is slowly coming back up again, which is something that I don't really like. But this is interesting because Baxia right now is in a very good position, because not only the hero is very solid on its own. It brings a lot of flexibility. You can put it in the roaming area. You can put it in the jungler. You can put it even in the XP later. Flap TC played it early, even though they lost. So they can play it flexibly here in the draft. For Falcons, though, they're gonna pick that Luoyi and the Granger. Some pretty standard picks, I gotta say, for this region, especially as for the Luoyi. I believe it's about 16 matches in this season. The Luoyi has been brought up. 75% win rate out of all the matches. So you can see that macro presence that it's gonna bring to the table in this game. And also, out of all the heroes that's available in the game, Luoyi has the highest ban and pick rate, around 98%.
Kimmy, Mathilda taken up as well. Obviously, the Baxia is kind of a deny pick, a deny pick towards the Kimmy, and the Kimmy gets snatched out by Ultra Legends. They like the Kimmy as well. They were playing this and funneling the gold to the Kimmy. When they picked up the the CC gold, when they picked up the Ruby gold, they played the Kimmy in the mid lane. So obviously Kimmy is a very much resource dependent hero, and obviously putting Kimmy in the mid lane and just going for extra frontline gives you extra comfortability, at least for Ultra Legends. And another reason why the Baxia is, again, just so high prio, because it allows you to skip one item, which is the Dominance Ice. Obviously, with Baxia having in it anti-heal with the Tortoise Puissance, it just denies you of going Dominance Ice, and you can speed up going through other items at the first place, right? The Melissa ban out? Are they sniffing something out of the water? Is this Ultra Legends with their pocket picks again going insane in scrims, maybe?
I believe it has been played by Ultra Legends in one of their playoff matches. Let me check just a second. And yes, Ultra Legends played it against Twisted Minds yesterday, even though they lost the game. So maybe they're sniffing away for Ultra Legends gold laner to be able to be completely safe from the onslaught, from the dive that's coming in from Boyet with the Hayabusa. Now for Ultra Legends, they're just gonna, erase all the pick-off heroes that's gonna come in from Falcon Esports, knowing that Kimmy is pretty prone to getting picked off, even though you have Mathilda here and you can bring out the Purify. You can never know what Mr. Troll gonna bring to the table when he's given the Kalea. And now for Falcons Esports, they picked off, or like the ban off, the 1-1. So a lot of emphasis towards the gold laner here, not wanting to give them a lot of options to work with. But I gotta say, when you see a Granger, realize what's the rock paper scissors counter here usually that you see?
Obviously, it's an Earthal, right? You want to pick up the Earthal against the Granger because you have so much agency to move as the Earthal with the strafe, with the leaps, as to not get hit by the Rhapsody from the Granger. But again, the Earthal also needs so much gold, just like the Kimmy. So they have to really share it down later on. But I do see an Earthal pick being viable here because of the Mathilda as well in the roam area. But the Jawhead will be picked up by Falcons to have them or to give them extra CC and lockdown, because so far they don't really have lockdowns yet. They don't really have a setter that can get them into going with the pickoffs, because this composition does want to get the pickoffs going, right? They have the Luoyi, they can do the diversions left and right, and a Jawhead is a very good complement to that game plan.
Yeah, it's a match made in heaven, Hayabusa and Jawhead. Even you can place a Suyo here for the Hayabusa and it still would work wonderfully. Now for Ultra Legends right now, they have a solid 3 right at the start, especially with the Mathilda Baxia combo. You can never go wrong with a lot of picks that's gonna come through. After this, you need a frontliner, one frontliner, and possibly another damage dealer. But they're going ham with the magic damage, I gotta say. Oh
my god.
Okay, I was gonna say that there's gonna be minuscule amount of physical damage that's gonna be dealt by Ultra Legends, but they found a solution here in Masha. But I do not know if this is gonna be the way to go against this kind of composition, man. I feel like the Lunox does fare quite well against some of the dive coming in from the Hayabusa, from the Jawhead. You have the Order of Brilliance to escape, but for a matchup in itself against a Luoyi or the Granger, I don't think it's that good either.
I don't know.
I'm interested, I'm keen to see how is it gonna be played in this match.
early game, like the Lunox will obviously be bullied by the Granger, right? That's something that we can get out there in the air, but I don't know, maybe they're preparing for some sort of a late game scenario where they would live in a world where the Lunox scales, but it's a Lunox jungle though, so no laning against the Granger happening, but a Lunox jungle means that the Kimi will go to the gold lane. Kimi against Ranger,
Oh.
obviously still a bit compatible, but the Masha then adds up more value, but the Matilda will play
What?
mid. The more I talk, the more bamboozle I get.
Well,
What's happening?
it's nothing new, but it is super peculiar to see Masha back again in the roaming area. We saw this last season, I believe, with Drian, or the last 2 seasons with Drian on Dewa United. Masha roam, so it's gonna be super aggressive in the early game and does not mind going through trades as long as you deal damage towards the jungler, opposing jungler, or opposing damage dealers from Falcon Esports. But I gotta say, I'm not a fan of that. They should have played a bit safer here. Wait, no, realized. Okay,
Wait, what?
yeah, it's Baxia jungle.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
We're
so
back on track. We're back on track.
Yeah. There's no way. There was no way in hell that they were gonna play that composition, right? It just looked very sketchy. I mean, you wanna play Linux jungle, but you have a Kimi gold lane, and then you have a Matilda mid, a Marsha roam, a Baxia XP. Yeah, that's kind of messed up, but nah, it's all good now. It's fixed.
Yeah, there's no more hiding picks in your pocket. Gotta pull everything from the back here from these 2 teams. Ultra Legends, they came out of nowhere to the scene of MPL MENA, but their opponent is a mighty challenger in MENA region. Falcon Esports is here to stop them. Can they actually rise through and prove the world that the underdogs has it in the bag? It's Ultra Legends versus Falcon Esports.
Let's go to the land of dawn. As we take a look at the tag, they're soar together. And soaring is actually something that is synonymous with falcons, right? With birds. And falcons, they have the fresh air now onto their bags. But obviously, looking at the early rotations for the Baxia, going from the purple buff down to the red, as Cuffin just faces so much pressure from Quanok and Rice Grim, they're staying in mid lane, and Troll will back them up.
Yeah, it's an early trade. I think that's a pretty good mechanical skills being displayed by Coffin. Very, very confident with his shields and his calculations on the HP that it's gonna give to him. Now, the Little Wonder has been taken by Boyet, a small win coming in from Falcon Esports. I was gonna say that for Ultra Legends, I thought they were going to a direction where they're gonna funnel for 2 damage dealers, but instead they brought out 3 damage dealers here for them. So I'm kinda a bit, dreadful about what's it gonna be in the late game, especially when the threat is all over the place from Falcon Esports. Can they actually survive it with this much damage dealers? Do they want to play it chaotically? Is that the game plan here?
Yeah, that could be an answer as well, right? Because so far, Falcons, I do agree. I mean, talking about frontline, they only have Sanji with the glue, who is probably gonna be easily melted by the Lunox later on in the stage of the game, and the Kimi as well in the hands of Pharaoh. So they have to be very wary, and they have to get that one momentum, one time moment where they can just burst down the players of Ultra Legends in one execution, one play. But the turtle now spawning, and Throwboy just rolling around deeply. Falcons, they have dibs on the turtle, so now they will try to pull it out of the pit. But Troll with the toss towards the backline, and there goes the spread. Meanwhile, on the backline, it's going to be the shadow kill. Not yet. It's Sanji in the first blood towards Rice Grim, as they will try to peel away first blood for Falcons.
You can see the problem with the composition right away. Yes, Baxia is a utility jungler. It's supposed to have an advantage over Hayabusa in this kind of objective game, but you lose out on this second zoner, but it looks like Throwaway in trouble.
Shadow kill again, but Cuffin is gonna get the kill towards the turtle as well. It's gonna be Boye getting the retribution down. Quanok has to flicker back, and Boye in the backline just causing chaos. Sort of Blin saves Quanok in the nick of time. Meanwhile, Dark Lord tossed back again. Ultra Legends locked down in so much pressure as Falcons. They withstand the damage coming in from Ultra Legends. They have all the tools to play, and they want to go even deeper towards the bottom side turret, but no, they pull back, and they pull themselves out of the menace.
Yeah, it is a bit ironic that you said that they were able to withstand the damage despite Ultra Legends having the damage, focus composition here in the early game. As I said earlier, there's no second zoner, there's no second frontliner that you can use for Ultra Legends to safely take the turtle, and that's why Falcon Esports, they were so confident just diving around the turtle pit without any care in the world, because they know they're not going to be punished in the early game, especially when Rice Grim was not level 4 just yet. Now for Ultra Legends, it's a matter of how are you gonna funnel, how are you gonna be able to weather the storm in the early game. Now Pharaoh might be in trouble. Shadow Kiru.
Oh, delayed shadow kill. The quad shadow will save him, but Throw Boy comes in with the shield unity. As now keeping the distraction. Pulse it connects and Boye is gone. A misplay. Now Troll tosses the back and Cuffin backs them up with the diversion, but it's just going to be a kill towards Boye. But that is a monumental kill. The shadow kill didn't come through.
Yeah, the flicker was perfectly timed by a Pharaoh, so great mechanical skills at a time, or maybe RNG, I don't know. But yeah, that was a pretty good play coming, I gotta say, from Boyet and also Sano. It's just the execution, maybe the Quad Shadow didn't land. They should have just backed off, and they didn't consider the possibility of Throw Boy just rotating around the map with the shield unity, because this is what Baxia brings to the table in the early game. Now, the second objective is gonna come. Sanji, he has the Radiant Armor, so he can be the frontliner of Falcon Esports right now as much as he wants to, considering that Dark Lord, he probably does not have enough damage in the early end to make a difference here. It's gonna come down to Pharaoh and also, especially Quanok with the ultimate.
Reduction Pulse misses, but Boye will secure the turtle again with the Retribution on the backline, though it's a grab towards Throw Boy, but Boye will get Rice Cream and in the back end with Shadow Kill, and Quanok has to peel back for his team. But so far, it's players are running away, running for the hills, and Sanji next to the chopping block as Boye gets taken down, and now Pharaoh will try to peel back for the team, but Falcons, they have to just dissipate from the smoke, and so far Ultra Legends, they get the kills, but the turtle is secured by Falcons.
Yeah, but it's still a W for Ultra Legends. They will take that any day of the week. It's 2 kill. Oh, there you go. The Order of Brilliance. That's the thing that I'm talking about. The safety net that Quanok have, especially if Sanji, Boyet, or Troll just diving in on him. He's pretty much a non-target in the late game. Back to that point earlier, the fact that, Ultra Legends was able to stay so long is because of the fact that Throw Boy is the jungler, and also Rice Grim as a Mathilda has a lot of utility already. The healing, maybe it's not yet there with the favor, but the shield's definitely gonna help them in the early game to be able to chase and also, tank a lot of damage that they're gonna tank early on. And that's the early game, man. I gotta say, I was kind of surprised with the retaliation by Ultra Legends in the second turtle earlier.
Yeah, that was insane. The way they peeled back for themselves, and I like how they always put Boye in a very uncomfortable position, right? He has to go and he has to dive back with the shadow kill, but they have so much tools to peel themselves. I mean, if Boye is gonna dive again, the Lunox can just pop the Order of Brilliance, and then the Mathilda has the Guiding Wind to save the players of Ultra Legends from a possible toss into the back with the ejector by a Troll. And then you have the Baxia, who is, relatively tanky with the shield unity and the Tortoise Puissance. So there's a lot of possibility that could really happen.
Yeah, for you guys that's watching at home, we have some CD keys here for you guys to use in this match. And the price? What's the price? Realize, is it like random price, or is it gonna be like 1,000 diamonds? I believe this is one of the things that it's gonna give you.
We have a code currently going on.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's down in your screen, so come out, check it out. Just by watching MPL MENA, you have all the privileges of enjoying. The code's given out, so don't forget to take a screenshot of that. Like, imagine watching MPL MENA, and in the technical pause, you get a free redeem code. That's insane, right? I don't know what's behind the code. It could be 10k diamonds. It could be a random skin. It could be something. I don't know.
Well, I hope it's gonna, give you some free Naruto skins. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I'm just saying, man, it could be anything. Just like MPL MENA, as I said earlier, you never know what you're gonna get. As we're gonna enter the mid game here for these two teams. Now, we see some retaliation, also some solution coming in from Ultra Legends. The fact that they were able to stay in the fight much longer gives them a slight edge in a prolonged team fight. And for Falcon Esports, I gotta say, they just grab and go, take a pick off and just bounce out. That's the whole game plan that they should have executed. But I guess with the glue, there's some play that maybe they can prolong a bit longer. At the end of the day, if you wanna take it to the long game, I don't think you're gonna win it out against this competition that Ultra Legends have.
I do agree. In the long game, as the game scales as well, Ultra Legends just grow out of control, right? They have so much damage, and the Kimi, again, the traction pulse is a setting tool basically, right? To follow up either with a 5-man jump with the Baxia, or the Lunox comes blazing in, or then goes in the damage from the members of Ultra Legends, and then they have the Masha to just zone out a single member, and they have to be perfect in the targeting as well. So Falcons, they have to really rotate their brains and try to think of something that can really, hinder that from happening. So far, they have been doing a very great job on exerting early pressure, because they know in the early game, Ultra Legends will still be struggling to get more damage and to get the momentum going. But so far, I feel like Ultra Legends has been fighting back in a very good manner as well.
Yeah, they're only down about 400 gold here, which is a contrast to what happened in the early game earlier. They were down around 1k after the first lead, so first turtle. So right now they are playing their game. Troll and Tano secured some important items there with the Sky Piercer, and also Radiant Armor is going to help them in a team fight, especially as I said earlier, the prolonged game that Ultra Legends is going to play. Even though Falcons does not want to play that game, surely they have to find a way to counter them.
Yeah, they need that, right? I mean, again, Falcons, their composition is not the worst, right? They have the Granger to just poke from the back, and then Cuffin again, just making plays left and right with the diversion. But again, you have the Baxia in the hands of Throwboy to just try to open up the bushes and then scout for a vision. And now the diversion again being popped. They might look for a flag angle. It's on the tri-bush, but Rice Crim is not aware of that possibility just yet. Dark Lord will try to walk into Sanji. Throwboy jumps in with the Shield Unity. Just rolling around still. No triggers pulled just yet.
Okay, traction pulse already being used, so resources already being poured out. Oh boy, already has the turtle.
Turtle again! Boye with the steal! You thief in the night, and the ejector to save. Sanji to the back. Dark Lord comes in with the ultimate, but no! Ultra Legends, they lose everything they were trying to grasp on. The Guiding Wind will save Throwboy, but not from the Shadow Kill. Still, yet not kill. Throwboy is tanky as hell.
And now Troll missed out on the ejector. Oh! The Death Sonata comes through for Mr. Sano.
Oh, the traction pulse follow up again. But that's it for Falcons. They might want to look for more. Quanok might just overstep. He's staying in the mid lane. And Sano will take him out. And the diversion to maybe look for an angle. But no, it's just to push down the bottom lane. What was Quanok doing, man?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's kind of overestimating his capability as a Lunox, especially the healing. As we're gonna take a look at the items here, I'm pretty, curious about what Dark Lord picked up here. It's a swift boost out of all the boosts. This is something that you don't really see very often in the pro scene. Even Marksman does not pick this boots anytime in the pro scene. And now Throwboy getting ganked up.
There you go. Coffin with the KL. And Boye will just move back. Rice Crim cannot save his jungler. That's Throwboy thrown out.
Yeah, you are a Baxia and all, but when you have 4 guys getting up on you, I don't think the chances of surviving is, I reckon, pretty low. So once again, gotta watch out for your capabilities.
Shadow Kill! Hatake Kakashi again with the Sharingan getting all the kills. But Rice Crim is next on the menu, but look at the diversion. No. Oh, Dark Lord! He is exposed and caught in the middle of no man's land. And Cuffin get the kill again. Dark Lord playing the side lane game, but that diversion will catch on to him.
And there you go. That is why the Luoyi has the highest win rate. One of the highest win rate in all of the games in MPL MENA Season 7. 75% win rate until now, as Boyets and crew will have the green light on towards the Lord. Throwboy though, getting ejected.
Oh, Throwboy in the back. The jungler is zoned out. There goes the Guiding Wind. The Circling Eagle as well. Sano can just poke from the back with the Rhapsody and the Sonatas coming in. The Lord resets, and they will try to hold their hand to the ground. So far, Dark coming in, and Coffin is deleted with the sheer damage. Shadow Kill coming in as well for Boye, but Boye is gone as well from the fray. And now comes in Pharaoh, guns blazing. But so far, it's just Boye and Coffin deleted and gone from the equation. The Lord now in the hands of Ultra Legends.
Yeah, Falcon Esports thought they were doing the kiting, but no! It turns out Ultra Legends, I'm gonna do the kiting, as Throwboy takes the Lord without even retribution in sight. And now Ultra Legends, they have the tool, the 6-man, to accompany them to these turrets. They have good, like incredible actually siege potential with the Kimi and also the Lunox. They have a way to dive with Dark Loot, also a lot of HP bars that they can expend to kind of kickstart the team fights or the siege for Ultra Legends, as the Lord's gonna come out to the top side here for them.
That was an insane turnaround, right? I mean, this is the benefit and I think the value of the Masha. Number one is just to run straight at the members of Falcons, knowing that they cannot withstand the damage of the Masha and just get bursted down like that. Coffin was gone. 100-0 in mere seconds. And number two is the fact that the Masha can also survive and push this far lanes. But again, that was addressed by the diversion coming in from the Luoyi. So the Masha inherently does not have the escape mechanisms to really work with that. But I think so far, Ultra Legends, they're dealing with something, or rather with the issues pretty well so far. They have the Lord going in, they have the turrets taken down. It's just a minute on the top side to be held, or rather to be dealt with. And the Falcons, what's their game plan now? They have to lay low for a few moments, and I think they gotta wait for another moment to happen. But so far, they're not getting the engages they really wish for.
It seems like laying low is the solution here for Falcon Esports, but I think Coffin will not do that. Throwboy is spotted out!
To the back, Throwboy gets the pin down, but he gets stuck in the rock and a hard place, and Sanji! Oh! He dodges the traction pull with the grab, but Kwanok will get troll, and now it's just Sanji in the back trying to dance around with the members of Ultra Legends. He goes out from the ultimate, but he's stuck in no man's land, and he's just deleted. So far, it's Pharaoh picking up the kills. 2 kills to his name, and Falcons, they lose another possible gank.
What a way to isolate what are the dangers for Falcon Esports in Falcon Esports' composition. Sanji, there was no follow-up whatsoever, as pretty much Throwboy just taking up all the damage in the front. Oh, Flicker expanded by Sado. That's traction pull power from you. The Kimi in the late game. You can use that any day of the week to kind of bait out the resources and get a lot of benefits. And now for Ultra Legends, it's just a way to like the game plan is to group up and get one.
There goes the Order of the Brilliance, and that is a saving grace for Kwanok again. Just so much tools to dodge the gangs, but Circling Eagle to Sano. He's caught the traction pulse dodge with the Solium side as well, but Dark Lord will get Sano in that process, and Throwboy will be the front line. Just stop all the damage coming in. Ultra Legends, they get dibs on the Lord.
Yeah, and they're gonna make a quick work out of it. Dark Lord is just having the time of his life trying to bait out some of the members, and he baited out Sanji!
Sanji, you're way too far from your team! Circling Eagle to lock him in place! The grab will not save like Pharaoh riding up the stacks to power. And the Lord marching up top to have a tri-lane push being built upon so far. And Ultra Legends, everything is coming up roses for them.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the Rice Cream is built right now. I believe it's only Flash of the Oasis and maybe a Talisman, because the damage on towards Sano especially was so huge. A single combo was able to erase half of his HP as Traction Pull being expended. Now, they're gonna dive in.
Oh, the shadow kill, dodge with the Wind of Nature, and now it's Dark Lord jumping into the base. Look at Quanok! Where is he? He is gone! In a mere second, it's Sano deleted, another crystal is exposed. The Lord is not dealt with, and Pharaoh adds more kills, adds insult to injury in Ultra Legends. The newcomers, they roar to life in Game 1.
And what a way to get your first W in the Grand Finals. That was something that I didn't expect. The draft worked for them. Something that we doubted in the drafting phase. And they were able to get the W against this mighty of a team in Falcon Esports in MENA. Congratulations, Ultra Legends, but this is only one game. 3 more to go to secure the MSC spot and the #1 crown. So we're gonna take a look at the highlights here in the early game. But man, oh man, even though they lose out on the first turtle, like the way they recover is out of this world.
I'm bamboozled. Number 1, how did the Matilda have so much damage in a single circling eagle? We gotta take a look at the items like you said. But number 2, Dark Lord is too good at the Masha. He's able to isolate his targets away from the team and just get single knockdowns and takedowns from them. And Quanok, yeah, misplay, it happens to the best of us. And it looked very bleak for Pocket. They were trying to make plays happen all across the map. Either Bollier comes in with a shadow kill to get a single pick off, but look at the peel that is coming from the players of Ultra Legends. They have individual self-peels. Again, Quanok with the Order of Brilliance, or Rice Grim with the Guiding Wind to just hitchhike a ride out from, you know, despair that is being brought on by Falcons. But look at the damage though. Sano is just deleted with the wisps from the Matilda. It's insane.
Yeah, we said that it's a power of friendship for Ultra Legends, but 2 of these guys, Quanok and also Dark Lord, they can play their own game and just, you know, does not care at all about grouping up. They can play on their own, they can play, like you can see in the late game earlier, you know, the Ruby DD combo being pulled out by Quanok was insane, and it made them able to secure the base. And what a game that was, man. The doubt in my mind has been cleared, especially after this guy performed a Pharaoh with the traction poles. Very, very, you know, useful, you know, getting the resources away from Falcon Esports before the fight begins. Sano getting his flicker out, the dashes is gonna come through after this guy executed his ultimate. And look at the items also, the Sky Piercer, the, you know, the Gal, the balls to have to build this item and executing the opposing members, and also the Wind of Nature, a bit of respect towards the Hayabusa dive potential.
Yeah, we saw that, right? The shadow kill came in, and the Wind of Nature was there to save him, and that's a very, very heavy build towards the magic damage, because we sometimes in MPL ID we see players building DHS, right? The Demon Hunter Sword to get that extra attack speed going in, and the on-hit effects as well. But he goes purely for the magic bar, maybe the Sky Piercer and the Wind of Nature to save himself. Obviously, the Sky Piercer is very good because you really, really want to get the shutdowns quickly, and it was proven to work really well, I think, so far for Ultra Legends. And now, as we take a look at the statistics, so far, it's looking very nice for the players of Ultra Legends.
Yeah, and just want to remind you that Pharaoh actually used a bargain hunter here instead of like something like tenacity, even though there's a lot of dives, a lot of dangers coming through his way. But the fact that he built or like he chose the emblem kind of signifies the fact that he trusted his teammates. His peel in Rice Grim, the healing that's gonna come through from this Matilda, and it worked out in the end. As we're gonna take a look here in the gold graph, what happened in the early game. It was Falcons' game until maybe the First Lord. That was a way to kind of like turn around the game. You can say it's a power shift also in this game after the First Lord, the way they were able to kite Falcon Esports and make them very uncomfortable, you know, bait out the resources with the healing that they have. It's incredible. And this is the hit map from Pharaoh. I mean, just typical marksman, just staying in the gold lane the first 5 minutes and maybe just roam around the map, double laning just once to get him a bit of gold in the mid lane. And that's just textbook Mobile Legends, man.
Yeah, textbook down to the core. And the Kimmy was also very good on spacing himself, right? I mean, Pharaoh was very good on his positioning. His traction pulse was more of a zoning tool rather than a setup tool, because a lot of the times the traction pulse just made the players of Falcons run and spread to like certain groups, and it was very, very easy for the follow-up from Dark Lord to come in and then to just isolate them, burst them down with a single thrust of the Masha ultimate. And that was actually very good as well. The Thunderclap doing wonders for the players of team so far for Team Ultra Legends. And now it's up to Falcons. How will they deal with this? Because they have the experience. They are very used to being pinned to the wall when situations don't come up roses for them. And now it's all about how they want to come back from this loss. I mean, it's still game one. We still have like a possible 6 more games to go if they want to go down that route.
Yeah, I wonder if for Ultra Legends right now the strategy, or like the main strategy, is to be chaotic, because I gotta say, even in the match before against Twisted Minds, the way they were able to win games is through unorthodox draft in the Yi Sun Shin, in the fighter, the gold lane. So maybe this is something that can throw Falcon Esports off guard when things go south for Ultra Legends. As we have a bit of a quote here: "Throwboy to the fans, no stress, everything is under control." Yep, and it seems so right now for them, man. They're getting the first W here in the Grand Finals of MENA Season 7, and they are 3 games away to repping this region, Middle East and North Africa, to the MSC for $3 million prize pool.
That's a lot of money. Do you not stress when you see that amount of money? But nah, I think Throwboy is just chill. He's chill. He doesn't really want to stress out from what's happening. I mean, the early game was indeed not in favor of Ultra Legends, but yeah, when everything's under control, it is under control. And now we take a look at the drafting phase in game number 2. As Falcons, they will look for a way out of this terrible ordeal. And the Lucas ban, again, out of respect to Ultra Legends, it's a very strong pick for Throwboy as well. They like it. The Yi Sun Shin still banned out by Falcons.
Interesting. The fact that they're still banning out the Yi Sun Shin. But I do agree that, even, without the Yi Sun Shin ban, it's gonna bring out a lot more, I guess, headaches for Coach Lyric. Because, once again, as I mentioned earlier, they went through unorthodox draft, and that's one very unorthodox pick that they can bring out for Ultra Legends. So a good one there for Coach Lyric. Now for Ultra Legends, what do you want to go for here? Earlier? Something like a Harris and also a Joy here in the first game. So maybe they still want to go down that route.
Yeah, that's a possibility. If they want to go down that option, but the Harith again just banned out. I mean, the question becomes, if you really ban out the Harith, does it also warrant a possible Baxia deny? Because again, I think in this meta, the main reason why the Baxia is picked up, obviously number 1, is to really deny a possible Kimmy pick with the Shield Unity, and the passive from the Baxia, it just denies the magic damage. But number 2 is the fact that the shield from the Harith can be reduced, and if there is no prerequisites to pick up a Baxia, do you still want to pick it up? That's the question, right? I mean, in game number 1, they also banned out the Harith, so there is still a possibility that the Baxia could still be picked up. But again, this time it's Falcons on the blue side, so they have the say on the first pick, and the Kimmy banned out. Ultra Legends know that this Kimmy is way too valuable.
Well, they picked up the Baxia in the first game, and it worked. I I believe them in terms of, like, they know how to counter this Baxia if Falcon Esports ended up picking them. Now for Falcon, do they actually want to go that route that Ultra Legends have shown them in the first game? That's the main question here. I gotta say, the answer would be yes for me. But Coach Lyric, so far, looking at some of the picks that he secured, especially against Ultra Legends in the upper bracket finals, they didn't pick the Baxia even once. They choose to go for the Zushin, which is kind of a way to deter the Baxia potential. So now if Ultra Legends wants to go Baxia, it's gonna be a bit harder. I think they still want to bite on that, and yes, it's Baxia and a Joy, so they're, kind of wasting this flexibility potential from the Baxia to the jungle. Interesting.
Yeah, so this Joy is obviously going to go to the jungle, right? And then the Baxia,
Unless
possible option would be the roam, unless they want to go a team spirit route like Sunset Lover and put it in the mid lane. But that was like a few months ago in M6, and you never know with Ultra Legends. They can really do things out of their mind, out of the box. But again, comfort pick for Boye with the Hayabusa being picked up as well. The Badang is indeed a very good option as well to stop the Baxia from rolling around, and the Joy as well to keep it in check. But I think the Fredrin could be a very good pick for Falcons, but again, they picked up the Hayabusa, so it's all it's thrown out of the window as of now as an option. But now for Ultra Legends, they can pick up, I think, Yivir if they want to have power to duel in the mid lane before he gets banned out in the second phase, or maybe a Luoyi could be an option as well.
Yeah, but it looks like they want to go 1-1 here. And actually a pretty bad matchup against the Hayabusa, but I guess they want to play front to back here, considering that they already have a Baxia, they already have a Joy, so there's too much trouble to deal with for Team Falcons. They're gonna split their heads towards different direction. And it's not really a hero that can be punished by the mid lane of Falcons because they've already picked a Zushin. So no Farsa from Falcon Esports is probably what triggers them to put a 1-1 in the gold lane right away, ban out the Granger, and maybe ban out another gold lane that can excel against a 1-1 here. Might be the idea for Ultra Legends. Now for Falcon Esports, what do you want to go for when you don't really have... Yes, you have the Hayabusa, but the later the game goes, the Wind of Nature is going to come through, and it's going to be even harder to burst down this 1-1. So I guess you want to put something that can also deal with this 1-1. In lane, you have some options like a Clint. If you want to dive, you can use something like a Claude, and it also can burst down the frontliners of Ultra Legends too.
Yeah, the Clint, the Claude is indeed a very strong option against the 1-1. Very susceptible to dives before she gets the weakness points rolled out to activate the crossbow of Tang. But now the Lunox spanned out again. It's a very strong pick from Quanok in the previous game. In the early, it's not really a big of a deal. But again, when it scales, that is where the nightmare happens. Glue spanned out. It was proven to be a problem. It was very dreadful. It was a nightmare for the players of Ultra Legends. And so far, we'll take a look at how Falcons will wrap up this ban, the Luo Yi. Again, just trying to minimize the possibility of Mei just being picked up.
I gotta say, I don't really like the Luo Yi ban, especially when you already have a Baxia, you have a Joy, you have a 1-1. These are very dynamic heroes, They can rotate around really fast, especially when the 1-1 gets the attack speed, over the threshold. So Luo Yi ban, I don't think it's gonna bring out a lot of value for Falcon Esports. Especially, I think they want to pick something that can help the potential of the 1-1 here. I'm curious to see if they're gonna pick something like a Kalea or someone that can lock up a single member of Falcon Esports to be able to provide more pickoff for the 1-1, but they choose to go for the safe route here. When the Jushin pick, when the Hayabusa is picked, usually you want to go for a Zask in MPL Indonesia, and they want to go for that. Now they have some flexibility to play here, the last pick for Ultra Legends, seeing what Falcon Esports is going to pick first. So they're able to decide which route do they want to go for. Do they want to just go pure front to back and just hope that the 1-1 survive? Do you want to supply some pick of the for the 1-1? That's the question here.
Oh, a Moss Covenant show. Again, they need a setup. Rather, they need a setter, and that show really enables that. But I think the Zask is just a curveball thrown at Falcons. It's like saying to their faces that, if you want to go for a dive comp, hey, the Zask will survive, and that Zask will probably be the guy they want to target more, that they could just shift their focus on the Zask, and the 1-1 could just free hit in the back. I mean, you have the DD to prolong your life, and the Hayabusa again with the Shadow Kill. can be delayed when the Zas pops the DD. So again, targeting will be a priority for Boye later on in the hands of Falcons. And now Ultra Legends, one last pick to sum up the drafting phase. Will it be an XP? Will it be a Roam? Will it be something else out of the box? But it's a Kalea. You called it, Chefin. Kalea and 1-1 combo.
Hey, sometimes, you know, a broken clock is right twice a day, and it just so happened to be Kalea.
Hey.
I don't want to take too much pride into that, man. But it was like a normal read. Kalea, when you need a pickoff, this is a hero that you're looking for. And it's also interesting the fact that Kalea, you know, in the first game there's no attention towards Kalea either. I don't know if it was banned, but the second game, this is the last pick of the draft on a hero that's usually very contested in ID. So let's see if Ultra Legends will be able to use this draft to be able to win out against Falcon Esports. Now, the biggest worry that I have for for Ultra Legends right now is the long lane presence is not that great, despite them being able to maybe take care of it when the waves are pushing with Shield Unity. They have a lot of rotation potential, but the 1v1 potential on the long lane, I don't see any of it.
It's insane to see what can be brought upon to the table. And now for Ultra Legends, it's all about them prioritizing this 1-1 to scale to the late game, and the joy as well. For Falcons, it's again the Hayabusa going online, the Moskov as well. The late game Moskov is a monster, but hey, you never know. Soar beyond limits. Can Falcons soar again in the sky, because they have been taken down in game 1?
Yeah, it's game number 2. It's if there's a time to retaliate, if there's a time to strike back, it is now for Falcon Esports. It's game number 2 of MPL MENA Season 7 Grand Finals. As we're gonna take a look a second here on what emblem they secured. It looks like Rice Cream will be the Kalea Rogue instead of Kalea EXP. So Dark Lord, this is the biggest worry that I have with a Baxia EXP. The wave clear is not that great, even with a concussive blast being secured. But he's actually going for, you know, a help here towards Throwboy for him to be able to secure his buffs quite easily in the first few phase.
Yeah, so far it's Throwboy with so much pressure exerted, and again with the show, it enables a possible pressure as well exerted towards Throwboy, because this show will work hand in hand with the Juicin Coffin X Troll duo. We talked about this, but was that a steal coming in from Quanok? That could be a possibility. But Dark Lord rolling in, and at least the XP, right? The hands of Ultra Legends with the Baxia, that roll out with the Shield Unity enables him to rotate early. So then, possibly a 3v2, or rather a 3v3 can turn into a 3v4 when Dark Lord comes in, just rolling in, right? That's a possibility. But Rice Cream, he jumps possibly to his demise, but no, it's the players of Falcons that want to strike back. The Lantern Flare just popped again, and Throwboy comes in, not level 4 yet, but he is very ambitious to get a kill. But no, it's just them trying to taunt the players of Falcons.
Interesting they lose out on the EXP battle here for the junglers, despite them having one of the EXP.
Uh-oh, it's Boye popping Shadow Kill defensively. Rice Cream, again, just denying a possible gank again and again.
It happens, man. The RNG, you land the Quad Shadow but didn't get the Shadow Kiru clean on towards the preferred target. And now it's the first objective game. Throwboy is already on the case, but maybe he's a bit too early here to the party. Rice Cream still scouting the situation with Dark Lord possibly securing level 4.
No Tsunami Slam yet for Ice Cream, so he's just gonna pop the Tidal Strike, the Wave Breaker, in combo, in unison. And so far, Troll will try to walk down towards the Turtle Pit, but it's Troll looking for a flank angle. He's gonna look for something to kick with the Flicker to the back, and it's Scuffin with the ultimate as well going at the Fist Crack. Doesn't really do damage, but Troll gets taken down with a DD. The Tsunami Slam comes in, and Sanji will be locked down in place. The pin down is not there, but the Turtle resets again for Team Ultra Legends, and they lose Troll, and possibly an objective in their sights. Boye is just locked in place again. The Kalea gives so much value as Dark Lord wants to reaggress, but that's it for Ultra Legends.
Poorly communicated engage there with the flicker from the Cho of Troll, man. Because when you think of like the composition of Falcon Esports right now, the only damage dealer, proper damage dealer in the Turtle Pit is the Hayabusa. But Boye was, he wasn't even close to the Turtle Pit. It's only Coffin and also Sanji accompanying Troll. So there's not much damage being put on towards Rice Grim, especially this is a frontliner that you're targeting. So that's why it needs to be cleaner in the second turtle fight for them to be able to win the match.
Yeah. And now for Falcons, it's still okay, right? They only lost one, but again they lost the turtle. That could be something that sets the tone for this game too. Early game obviously is all controlled by Ultra Legends so far. Even they are only bound to 1 kill towards themselves. So no big advantage yet gained. And Troll, he might be looking for the plays left and right, and that is something that Falcons need to be aware of. They need to get that instant follow-up, maybe a kick towards a fist crack, and then Boye comes in, flying. So far, that hasn't been the case. That was one attempt with the kick going in. Oh, Shadow's kill. Defensively again, Boye still unscathed, but Troll with the kick, not to the target that he wants though. Quanok will go out unscathed. Troll boy so low, and again, just running around. He saves himself, but the liftoff will lock him down, and Coffin gets the kill.
Unfortunate day from Throwboy. There was a pretty good invade, but unfortunately Rice Grim was not there. I was actually wondering what the hell was Rice Grim doing in the top lane, just, it's supposed to be like a dead lane for Pharaoh and also Sano just clearing the lane out. I don't think a presence of a Kalea is needed in the top lane. Just try to help your other 3 in the bottom on the mid lane. As now, it's gonna come down to second turtle fight. Troll getting engaged on.
Tsunami Slam to the middle side of the team, and no saving for Troll. Starlium sight acquired by Throwboy. That means he has more damage. The turtle as well blitzed down by the players of Ultra Legends, and they will secure that as well. But look at Dark Lord. He's just so deep in enemy territory. This Abaxia just warrants a possible zone control for Ultra Legends, and that is a huge loss as well for Falcons, right? Because then the Abaxia has so much info. Falcons need to sniff out all the moves coming in, and Dark Lord is just not afraid to roll deep into enemy lines.
Yeah, and there's no proper punish in the early game, but it looks like Throwboy getting punished.
The fist crack, and it connects towards Throwboy, and Throwboy is gone with the flurry of punches. But look at Ultra Legends, they might want to reaggress as well. Rice Cream is waiting in the wings. The Tsunami Slam still doesn't connect just yet, but there goes the Crimson Beacon with the fist break as well. This SOD connects, and Tano arrives in time, but Ultra Legends still holding for dear life as Boye gets the kill. Look at Pharaoh now, he's joining a heroic entrance for him, but no weakness points found just yet. The crossbow of Tang still loaded in Q. And that is Falcons getting 2 kills and saving themselves for a possible landslide.
Unfortunately, Throwboy is staying true to his name in the second game. 2 times by now, he's getting picked off in the enemy lines. Hey, I'm just saying, man. Looking at the items being secured right now, Starlium side already secured by Throwboy. He really needs that, and also the tough boots because it's a Badang, it's a Cho. There's gonna be a lot of CCs coming in his way, even though it doesn't pay dividends so far in the first 2 deaths that he experienced. Now, Pharaoh and Rice Grim will try to take the top turret here, with Dark Lord just rolling around the map. Oh, gotta watch out, man! Bit too deep!
Oh. Dark Lord might be too deep, but no. He's gonna be fine, He's a tanky, he's a beefy boy. And Boye will just nonchalantly secure his purple buff. Taurus Bassant's popped though, so that's an ultimate gone. That's info for Falcons. They might look for an angle to reaggress, but so far, it's Ultra Legends having control of the lanes. Boye locked in place with the kick. Troll gets to wear the dragon, but where's the follow-up? No follow-up because Boye has been so low, and now the dive turns into Falcons' favor. They have to run for the hills, and Scuffin is slammed to the ground by the Kalea, but the fist crack connects only onto 2. So no follow-up yet as Quanok gets out from the DD, but that is all just a decoy for them to get the turtle. Katil play though. might push for something even greater. Boye is guided
Oh,
back.
oh,
Pharaoh
oh.
still alive and surviving for so long. And Boye has to run with squad shadows.
Now it looks a tad bit cleaner for Ultra Legends in that total fight. They know their potential. And what I'm seeing right now, the disparity of the, how difficult it is to play as the frontline for Falcon Esports compared to the frontliners of Ultra Legends. Because Troll and Sanji, if he's getting picked up, especially with 1-1 being the vicinity, like, you can say goodnight. But for Dark Lord, there's not much punish that he's gonna face in the early game, especially when Sano is not even close to the vicinity. Sano has been just split pushing all the way in the long lane, and that's literally the game plan. So in the team fight, I feel like Falcon has to concede a lot more than Ultra Legends in these scenarios.
Oh, look at Ultra Legends. They want to aggress again. And Falcons, they still have their foot in the ground. But look at Dark Lord. He responds to the segue play created up top by Sano. I think that's another advantage again, right, for the box, yeah. Very quick to answer side pushes coming in. At least for Falcons. And they have to have an answer as well for their possible segue play. But Ultra Legends, they have everything under control. And now, 9 minutes into the game, the Lord might make or break the game. And for Falcons, it's looking for an engage. Troll failed with the engage, has to flicker back defensively. DD pop by Quanok, and now on the backline, it's Rice Cream just trying to tank for the team. The fist crack doesn't connect just yet. The SOD, will it take it? He won't, but because of Tang, and there goes Faro Airlines with 2 kills. Sanji and Coffin deleted.
All that happens even after Rice Cream missed the Tsunami Slam Flicker combo. And this is why Ultra Legends, I said earlier, Falcon Esports has to concede these fights because they're not be able to win it.
Oh, Boye gets a kill, but Pharaoh just replies in time, and the Lord still going to be secured by Ultra Legends. And Throwboy will get that kill, or rather that takedown of the Lord to his name, trying to deny Cheffin's claims of him being a thrower in Game 2, because so far everything is under control for Ultra Legends.
Yeah, especially after Pharaoh secured the Wind of Nature and also the Husk Claw. So a lot of lifesteal, a lot of security for this guy. I don't think even Sano and Boy diving towards Pharaoh will do a lot to this 1-1, especially when you have a lot of peels coming through with Rice Cream, with the Tsunami Slam available. Now for Ultra Legends, it's a matter of patience. How patient are they to be able to pop this crossbow tanks from Pharaoh and Rice Cream? They can pick all the targets in the world. Even, it's better for them to pick out the front lines because you want Pharaoh to use the crossbow tank. I don't think it's wise to go for Coffin and Sano right from the get-go. It's a front-to-back battle for Ultra Legends.
They have to be able to then get access to the backline, right? I mean, Troll has been doing it multiple times with the Flicker plays and with the way of the Dragons as well. But again, the follow-up is the question. They only have 1 mobile hero, maybe 2 with Sano as well. Boye and Sano are probably the 2 most favorite heroes to follow up a possible flank. But again, you don't want to have Sano just stepping onto his front line and the fist crack again, this time from Sanji. It doesn't really pin down anyone, but the Tsunami Slam purified away. Throwboy in the back, just playing the beat to the drums, and now the Joy gets the kill towards Sano. The Moskov deleted, and they will try to pull back. Oh, Boye! Ambitious! Way too ambitious with the shadow kill. But the Wind of Nature at least popped by Pharaoh.
It is ambitious, but in a way, they're desperate to realize they have to find, a window of opportunity. This very guarded wall of Ultra Legends. Dark Lord even secured the Blade Armor against Sano's potential. It becomes even harder. 5k gold lead for Ultra Legends, and they have the control of this game. Troll, as good as he's gonna play as he's gonna play throughout this late game. I don't see him being able to kind of turn the game around. The only pick that is available for him is Throwboy. And even in itself, it's a big ask to kick a moving Joy, a dashing left and right Joy all over the place. This is going pretty badly for Falcon Esports. Quanok secured the Divine Glaive, so a lot more damage towards the frontliner of Falcon Esports. Rice Cream trying to find someone there, but they're gonna play it safe and wait for the Lord, and that's gonna be the sixth man that's needed to break through the front door of Falcon Esports. I kind of expect them to close this game out once they got it.
Yeah. And I'll look at the state of the lanes, right? It's pushing towards Falcons in favor of Ultra Legends. They have control of all 3 lanes, and even now the Lord. But I think Falcons, they want to make a push. They want to make a contest happen towards the Lord. The contest will probably be hard to happen, but again, you might look for an angle to just flank back, but it's Tsunami Slam galore, and Troll is just impaled by the spears thrown from the crossbow of Tang. And now Boye again with a shadow kill, again way too ambitious, but at least he can save himself, not like Troll. And now it's the Lord in the eyes of Ultra Legend. Sano though, on top, doing God's work. With the split push, they have to address this. And they will recall back as they get the Lord. The SOD landed, but no follow-up. Uh-oh. It's a chase down. Sano, you're on a bounty list. And Dark Lord rolls in. Sano didn't get time to recall. And Pharaoh will jump in towards him. Sano with the Abyss Walker. Not enough damage to be able to kite back the players of Ultra Legends.
Yeah. It looks like a good play, but at the end, Sano is out about 30 seconds. I don't know if the Lord is going to crash before Sano respawn. So hopefully Falcons will have that wave clearing potential. Now Rice Grim.
Oh, he might look
Jump
for
in.
something again. He jumps in. The Tsunami Slam still on cue. Fist Crack to just delay the power of Ultra Legends. And now Boye is back on the lane again. The Lord marches in. And this might be the final stretch. The final push in game 2. Shadow Kill again. Try to delay the damage. Try and trim with the Tsunami Slam to the back. And again with the Wave Breaker. But Pharaoh gets the kill towards Troll. And again the Crystal is so exposed. Tuffin gets the kill towards Throwboy. But Dark Lord still exerting the damage. The Crystal is still unbeaten. And Pharaoh will fly coming in. The Crystal still breaks apart to pieces as Falcons with the last defense did not make it happen.
A valiant defense by Falcon Esports at the end, but it's a bit too far. The gap between them in the goal department as Ultra Legends strike through and gave them another edge to secure this series. 2-0, 2 more to go to MSC. 2 more to go to being crowned the champions of MENA Season 7. This 5, I gotta say, randos out of nowhere claiming this stage.
What do you mean, randos? They're
Hey.
players. They're friends. They are the main character in an anime. What do you mean, randos?
It's not an insult, it's a compliment. I don't know if it sounds like an insult. I'm sorry if it feels that way. But you know,
But
I'm
yeah, I get
you
the
know,
point.
It's a marvelous, I guess, team when you put it into perspective on what they've been through and what's their preparation, like what's the expectation, especially. This team has no business being here, but yet they're here.
Yeah, they are here and they deserve it, Jeffin. I mean, it's so hard to pin down a single stellar member of the players of Ultra Legends because everyone is just functioning to their own, I don't know, needs, I guess. Everyone is just doing their own job in a spectacular way. Rice Cream, I'd say, is a very pivotal member of this game, at least, because he was the one to always initiate the lockdowns, to initiate the peels, the Tsunami Slams, always catching onto the members of Falcons. This was the last defense, by the way, and it was almost coming to fruition. Had it not been for Pharaoh, who came in and focused down on the Crystal, if that minion was cleared in the right second, I think Falcons still had a shot to just prolong the game, but Ultra Legends, they still bring home the 2-0. So, 2 more games, 2 games away from attending MSC. And again, your MVP for Game 2 is Pharaoh, back-to-back MVPs.
Yeah, 90% kill participation with 7-1-2 KDA. So a lot of execution, a lot of gold being poured to his bag. And you can see the items. This is the new 1-1 build that you probably want to, pick out here from Pro Scene. Has claws, no DHS, no more Marksman Trinity for the 1-1. And that brings out a lot of value and also survivability with the 1-1, while also dealing a lot of damage it's in itself. And also the pull yourself together just to shorten the cooldown of both the Inspire, because you really need that to deal that much damage against the frontliner, and also shorten the cooldown of the Wind of Nature. Looking at the stats though here, I don't think there's gonna be anything crazy that needs to be pointed out. Maybe Quanok just silently dealing 28% damage of the whole team kind of, made me a bit surprised, man, because in the early game, you didn't see a lot of damage being put out by Quanok. It's always the silent damager, this hero, in all the matches that he's starring in. And a 14-minute game, man. I gotta say, I think it's more of a draft diff in this game for Ultra Legends, if I'm being bold.
Yeah, that could be the case, right? Because again, we talked about the possibility of a dive comp, but again, the Kalea comes in, the Zask as well. It's just independent, right? I mean, when you have so many independent members that can peel for themselves, the Kalea then focuses on just trying to peel for the carry, for the marksman. I mean, Zaz can just, pop out the DD. The Joy can just run away with the electrifying beats and the rhythm of Joy, and then Dark Lord can just roll around like a bad boy, a beefy boy at that. And then the focus shifts to just protecting Pharaoh, Mr. President. And I think this is a very adaptive draft that Ultra Legends was bringing, right? Because then Falcons had to respond again with 2 picks that can just catch them off guard, but they did not really make that happen. A lot of attempts, I mean, with the Shadow Kill, with the Fist Cracks, but it still just did not come to fruition. And Ultra Legends, I feel like they have a very good read of what Falcons wanted to do.
Yeah, I think from the get-go, the win condition is much easier for Ultra Legends composition to pull off. That's why I really like the draft coming out of it. And, the fact that the frontliner has a whole... Like, the frontliners of Falcons' job is 10 times harder than Ultra Legends, because you gotta watch out for the Purifies, you gotta watch out for the built-in Purifies from the 1-1. Yeah. You also have to somehow get a pick-off while also not being favorable to you. Like, there's minimal target that's available for you to have. And the follow-up damage is not there yet in the early game, and Sano is being, the Moskov. At the same time, yes, you want to split push, but when the main damage dealer is not there to back you up, then how do you win team fights at that point?
Yeah, that's true, right? I mean, Sano was doing his best. I think we got to give props to Sano, right? He was making something happen out of nothing. He was making nothing. That's the problem. A lot of things happening. They lost. The skirmish is happening, so no contest being won. But I think it was making something happen. Up top, he was just dishing out damage. He was trying to clear the waves. He was making a split push. I mean, he nearly got a tier 1 turret, tier 3 turret, an inner turret up top, and he was caught in the process. But again, I think he was doing his best, but yeah, it did not really set up for the Moskov, right? It was very hard game to play as the Moskov as well. I couldn't really recall if you ran the Purify, but I did see a few Purifies came in from the players of Falcons, and that really tried to made the Kalea pressure a bit more restrained, but the Kalea was still a menace in peeling and just locking down the members, and we did see glimpses of what Falcons wanted to do. They wanted to do surprise plays, they wanted to do flank plays like we discussed, with Troll just going for the flicker kick, but again, just being too far back and not risking the follow-up is something that led to Falcons' downfall.
Yeah, and there's no risk though if you join this thing, man. Join the conversation and share your prediction in the live chat to enter the lucky draw. 10 lucky winners will win. All right, brace yourself. 1K, 1 grand of diamonds each. MPL MENA, man. They're built different. Do we have this in MPL ID?
I don't think we do. We only have the audience topic voting. So yeah, I think that's it. We don't have diamonds there. But I think I'm gonna make 10 bot accounts, Jeff. And I'm gonna make burner accounts to talk about the game and possibly with myself. But nah, I'm kidding. I'm here casting. I gotta work myself. And yeah, it's been very, very interesting to see the 2 games. So if you guys have any wild thoughts you want to share, please be respectful. Don't do any harm. Don't trash talk. Rather, not trash talk, but like don't badmouth the players. Obviously, it's a developing region, and it's getting there. It really is. I mean, look at the talents we have from Ultra Legends again. The narrative of the power shift happening, and then these guys just came from out of nowhere, being going toe to toe with Falcons as the legend. So if you guys have any comments, pin them down on the comment section, and you possibly can win 1,000 diamonds. But of course, the main menu. What is it, Chefin?
It's MSC and MWI 2025 at EWC in Riyadh against Saudi Arabia. Assalamualaikum Riyadh. And this is such a prestigious tournament, especially, the prize pool, man. Even if you just enter the tournament and being the last placer, that's already a blessing of a lifetime for your 7 generations to come. $3 million for MSC and $500,000, I believe, for MWI. That's a lot of moolah.
That's a lot of dough.
Yeah.
That's a lot of do it. What we say here in Indonesia, do it is everything. Money said, I'm kidding. So if you guys have the chance, especially you guys watching at home here, MPL MENA fans, I do believe last season, I think it was 2 seasons ago or last season, they held an offline playoffs, right? I couldn't really recall which season that was, but if you guys have the time to come down to Riyadh to enjoy MSC and MWI, do so. Tickets are, I think, on sale now, and you can prepare yourself, because we are going there. We are getting there to MSC, and this is no different. I mean, today's result will, dictate who will go to MSC. Will it be Falcons? Will it be Ultra Legends? I mean, it'll be very, very sad, right, for Falcons fans if they lost, because earlier this afternoon, Falcons also lost in MPL PH. They will miss out on MSC, unluckily. And what if Falcons MENA also lose? I mean, I don't know. It's gonna suck.
It's gonna for sure, but I'm pretty, I guess, jealous for Riyadh Citizen Realize. Not only, wait. You know what? We're gonna talk about it later, because we gotta have a break right now to prepare ourselves for the next matches to come. Don't worry, do not go anywhere. It's game 3 after this, after the break. It's still with us, Chefin and Realize, in MPL MENA Season 7 Grand Finals. with Sheffin and Realize on MPL MENA Season 7 Grand Finals. Currently, Ultra Legends, the underdog, the one that came out of nowhere, the five, I'd say, randos grouping up together early in the season is leading 2-0 against Falcon Esports, the prestigious Falcon Esports organization. How do you feel, Realize? Does this, is this within your expectation?
Well, the randos are proving you wrong, and no, it's not beyond my expectation. Why? Because I told Mr. Producer as well backstage when we were talking about this before we went live. I said it, Ultra Legends are gonna 4-0 the series, so we're en route to that being happening. It's still 2-0, still 2 more games to play if they want to get that 4-0. But hey, we're on the right track, and so far Ultra Legends still, I think it's not a flawless game. It's a game still with some hiccups, but a new game is a new day, so they can still refresh from page 1, fix a few mistakes, and then go better on towards the next game.
Yeah, and don't forget to predict the winner in the comment section or chat, because if you put the winner and also your, I believe, in-game name plus server and also ID, you get a chance to win
security number
1,000 diamonds for all of you 10 lucky winners out there. And I gotta shout out one of the chatters here. I believe after 1-0 Ultra Legends, he still predicted Falcons 4-0. You know what? That's the spirit of a Falcon fan for you. I like that a lot.
Okay, so from 1-0,
yeah,
he still predicts a 4-0 to happen to Ultra Legends. That means they have to roll back game 1, which will take us back 2 games.
Hey,
and
maybe
it's
they have a time traveling
hey,
machine.
yeah, maybe that is true. Maybe they're Diggy. Maybe they have time journey to go back in time. Yeah, it's a possibility. But obviously, so far, the comment section has been very, very lively. So again, we encourage good habit, guys, good manners. Don't badmouth the players. They're doing their best, and so far it has been a very a spectacle to watch. Individual mechanics being shown by Ultra Legends and both Falcons as well. Boye has been a stand-up player for Falcons. For Ultra Legends, it's been the whole team basically, just going ham and just trying to topple down 4 experienced players, legends of the MENA scene, exposed to MSC and M series experience. It just doesn't shake them up. They still want to beat the hell out of these players. So the randos you're talking about, Chefin, they're slowly becoming someone's, if that's a word, and they're slowly making a name for themselves.
Hey, just want to clarify for all the chatters out there, these rando meme, like, they're not really rando. Some of these guys have actually played for MPL MENA last season, but I just like the word randos because it kind of emphasize the way they just group up out of nowhere, kind of like BTK style, with just 5 guys without any manager, without a coach, just coming to M3 and snatch that 3rd spot. But right now it's MPL MENA Season 7. They're 2 games away to repping MENA in the grand stage of MSC, which just want to remind you all again that the stakes are $3 million. And for this MPL MENA Season 7, the prize pool, or like the winning prize for the grand finalists, are $30K for the number 1 spot and $13K for the 2nd spot. So there's a lot of things on the table that that's being staked here for both of these teams. And surely this 5 guys, like, they wouldn't mind just sharing it to only 5 guys with each other, man. When you don't have any organization backing you, then you can spend the money out of nowhere, man.
That's true. And obviously, Sano, a little quote from him, Sano carries bigger dreams this time. He promised this MSC will be different. But hey, Sano, you gotta take it slowly. You gotta make it to MSC first. You're gonna talk like that. But, we still have a couple of games to play. So far, we still have 5 more games. If they want to make the reverse sweep happen. We have seen reverse sweeps happen before. It happened to a certain Indonesian team that is idolized by a certain Indonesian caster as well. I believe it was MPL ID Season 13, where his team allegedly got reverse swept by a Tiger team. Yeah, it sucks being on the receiving end of a reverse sweep. Huh?
I wonder who that caster is, but
Me too.
I think we're actually already in the draft. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yep.
Really?
There you go.
Yeah.
We're already 3 picks into it, and finally Kalea getting the love that she deserves. Not Sakura though, but Hayabusa is gonna accompany her into the line of dawn. Already 2 frontliners, so there's really no flexibility maneuver here for the Baxia except for the switcheroo with the Kalea. But for Ultra Legends, they're not switching the game plan here with the 1-1 comp, with the 1-1 on Mr. Pharaoh. They're still trusting this guy to be able to carry the team to victory. Now the difference though, they don't have the Baxia and the Kalea in the front line just stacking the damage for them. So they gotta find another way to kind of feed or like spoon feed Pharaoh to be able to execute these crossbow tanks.
I mean, so far, it's very, very strange to see Kalea not being so prioed in game 1 and 2. At least in game 2 was picked up, so now it is proven to have value in just locking down a single member that is deemed so, vexatious, or just trying to set up for the team. Lock down the carry and just get your members to just shut them down. So this Kalea will do wonders, I guess, for Falcons. Take real bad out. It is a playmaking tool, a playmaking hero that Ultra Legends has been picking up for themselves a few times, right in the hands of Rice Cream. It is one of his favorite heroes. So yeah.
If you're ban out a bit more safety here for Pharaoh, I wonder if they want to go something like even though it's easily punished, if you play it correctly with the Jushin and also the 1-1, Franco comes into mind when you see the Jushin, man. Because we saw Edok and Rince played those 2 exact combos with each other a lot of times in MPL Indonesia, but I'm not sure if this is gonna be the case for the solution for the frontliners of Falcon Esports, considering they have Baxia and Kalea, which can punish the Franco easily. But I'm just, trying to wrap my head around which kind of initiator they want to pick for Ultra Legends, because it's pretty scarce at this point, The options are very limited. Even the frontliners like Phoveus has already been banned by Falcon Esports. Now, what do you want to pick for Ultra Legends? I gotta say, Gatot Kaca has been one of the most picked hero in MENA. Even then, I think it's a bad pick here against Falcon Esports.
Yeah, I mean, the Gatot, I think, not really viable again, right? Because the Haya can just escape quickly. The Baxia as well will still be tanky enough to tank the AOG. But I think it's a fair option if you want to go for it. But yeah, they will go for the Gatot Kaca. So again, that potential dive threat still on the hands of Ultra Legends, right? They again have the joy to follow up the damage. The Jushin is a zoning tool, and probably the 1-1 will just chime in from the back. Now, 2 last picks, mind you. Boye has been picking up the Hayabusa 3 times now, counting this game. So 3 games straight, he has been picking up the Hayabusa. Game 1, it was exploding. Game 2, so-so. Game 3, this will be his redemption arc, I feel like, as ninjas do in certain animes. But for Falcons, it's the Farsa. Okay. Easy. The Farsa and 1 more pick to wrap up. I mean, a marksman. Do you want dive here? Possible Claude coming in? Carry.
Oh.
Okay, so Carry and Farsa. But isn't the Farsa prone to the Gatot Kaca dive, don't you think, Chevin?
Well, it is there's pros and cons, but I think the pros overweigh the cons here, especially when you have a Jushin and also 1-1. 2 heroes that needs, a problem solver in the back. And Farsa has been the main solution for a 1-1 for the longest time, ever since even season 7, when Nino or when Maungzi is still playing in MPL Indonesia. Now it's gonna be the glue to wrap up the draft here. I think this should be, I guess, the best pick possible for Ultra Legends, despite it not having an instant kind of spoon-feeding mechanics towards the 1-1. But I do think it's the best possible option for them. And I gotta say, it really depends on how the early game is gonna be played for Boyet and Troll, because they're gonna be carrying the early game a lot for Falcon Esports. If they can get a solid pickoffs on towards this Jushin and also the Joy early on in the game, I think they should have a big advantage with the fact that they have a good way to catch people too with the Kalea.
This Kalea and carry combo. I think it's synergized as well, right? For Falcons. I mean, you got the Tsunami Slam, and then the carry can just go in guns blazing. Now for Ultra Legends, it's all about just peeling for the 1-1. Again, you have the front line to make it happen. Gatot Kacha, even the glue as well. You can count it as one of the beefier boys to just peel for the 1-1. So again, Ultra Legends, at least they know their strengths. They know that the Joy will be the damage dealer as well. The Juicin will be more of a zoning tool, and the 1-1 is going to be their hyper carry, I'd say.
They say 3 times the charm. If it's failed, or if Falcons fail to snatch a W here, is it game over? Is it a death sentence in this grand finals of MPL MENA Season 7? Let's see the answer for game number 3 of Ultra Legends versus Falcons.
Ultra Legends making waves and making a name for themselves. And again, as their name suggests, if they do win this iteration of MPL MENA Season 7 to be exact, there is a possibility that they can ascend to legend status. But for now, as quoting Chefin, they are still 5 randos.
I think we gotta stop with the randos even though I made it up in the first one. Meanwhile, Coffin gonna get engaged on early game here. Just taking some
it's gonna be
heat
fine
here. And also the healing from Toll. Just such a good utility early on in the game, especially when you're trading some HP bars in the first few seconds. It's gonna be interesting to see because Pharaoh, I believe, will have a bit of advantage against Sano, which will put a lot of emphasis towards the gold lane. As you can see, Boye is already rotating to the bottom lane.
I mean, he's near level 4. He's gonna take the topside camp as well. But for Sanji, he's also under pressure. Cuffin comes in. He's gonna poke back the players of Ultra Legends. That was Throwboy, just throwing away his possibility of a gank up top. And now, look at Falcons. They're moving in unison. 4 members strong, as Rice Grim might walk to his demise. Wavebreaker connects, and Rice Grim deleted in an instant, but the vengeance is popped. Shadow kill, not yet connecting just yet, but Troll gets the kill towards Rice Grim at the end of the day. And now it's Throwboy just running back. Quano gets the lift off, but it's not good enough damage to take down Troll.
Yeah, that was a... I gotta say, even though they got taken down, or Rice Grim got taken down, I can see, you know, some silver lining there for all Ultra Legends, especially the fact that they realize that it's a level 4 Haya. They realize that no one is visible on the map, and most likely Quanok will be on the receiving end if he decided to show up in the mid lane. So it looks like they know what to do against this Hayabusa, which makes me feel a bit more confident with them in the later part of the game.
Grab though towards Sanji. The Feather Airstrike as well to the back. The Tsunami Slam connects towards Throwboy, and Boye as well secures the kill. The Shadow kill to an insult to injury. And Falcons, this is the dream start that they have been yearning for. 4 kills and 1 objective. That is a total as well. And now they're fishing towards Pharaoh. He has to run away. Troll has the slam going into the back. Pharaoh just being bursted down, but the crossbow of Tang will save him in the nick of time. And Quanok stand by onto that bush. And no follow-up whatsoever from Falcons.
Yeah, as I said earlier in the draft, the early game will be so important for Falcon Esports, and it's going exactly as planned from their pot. Boyet was able to get a kill. Oh, at the bottom lane though, it's a 2v1. Pharaoh gets taken out.
Wow, we did not even see an ounce of action down bottom, but Pharaoh got deleted. It was a 2v1, unfair, but still, that's how you play the game. And a Hunter Strike ready for Boye. So far, Falcons, they're speeding up their items, they're speeding up their power spikes with 5-0. How does Ultra Legends come back from this?
Just gotta be very patient because you gotta wait for the items for the 1-1. And Quanok and Throwboy, I feel like their window in the early game, unless, you know, Falcon Esports made a huge mistake, as we're gonna see here what happened in that scenario earlier. It was a 2v1 dive, and Pharaoh was already low anyway. But back to my point earlier, they gotta play it a bit safer here, considering that they already lost the early game advantage that they have. They gotta wait until Pharaoh is online and joins the team fight, because so far the marksmen's, they always have to wait until at least the second turtle to be able to make a difference, and this might be the time for them. Meanwhile, though, it's a 1v1 in the jungling area there, but no, Boyet didn't take it.
Yep, they're just trying to pull back from a possible skirmish because they know, Ultra Legends, they know that they're not strong enough yet to fight at this stage of the game. As a turtle will be conceded, it seems like, as Ice Cream just patrols the border, patrolling close to the turtle, but Ultra Legends, they want to contest this. Feather Airstrike to the back, AOG, but no follow-up whatsoever. The Tsunami Slam as well connects to a Stroll Boy. He's gone in an instant as Troll gets Ice Cream as well. Shadow Kill to just exert more damage. Grab, and the crossbow of Tang from Pharaoh. But look at the healing with the Revitalize as well. And now Ultra Legends have to run back. They have to look for shelter as Boya gets Quanok, and it's a perfect 7-0. With Dark Lord as the last player to tell the tale.
Wow, this is just a nightmarish start for Ultra Legends. Throwboy will try to take the purple buff. Even then, Troll is not gonna let them have a good time here in his own jungle.
Yeah, look at the Kalea. He's standing there menacingly. Oh, Throwboy will steal it. Still, ironic how you have to steal your own purple buff. And that's the power of the invade from Falcons, right? The Kalea, again, I tell you, this is such a high prio pick. This is so value for Falcons because the way they play is that they want to force the skirmish to happen. They want to force the fights to happen, and the Kalea gives that value. Wings by Wings from Coffin to run away from the electrifying beats, but the Tsunami Slam will be the end of Throwboy. Down bottom though, Sanji with the grab still trying to just defend and tank the damage. Ice Cream alongside Pharaoh as well with the crossbow of Tang. It just tickles Sanji. He doesn't give a single care of what's gonna happen to him, but Pharaoh gets the kill at the end of the day. Look at that, the shadow kill as well. Dodge with the AOG. So much action up top and down bottom.
Yeah, it took them 5 business days to get Sanji down there. That's a lot of resources being put on towards the Baxia. And Pharaoh might be solo killed here.
Oh, the burst potential from Coffin. And that's the icing on top, right? Coffin burst, and then you have Boye to just be the janitor and clean everything up for the team, and then Troll at the front line. It's a perfect draft from Team Falcons. For Ultra Legends, I don't see an angle where they can just come flying in. Maybe the AOG, and then you can bank on Pharaoh getting the crossbow of Tank, but then again, they are yet to hit their power spikes. 10-1 is not a favorable scoreline to be in, so yeah, they're biting their fingers at this point.
Yeah, almost 1k gold per minute difference here for Falcon Esports and Ultra Legends. This is definitely not the place that they want to be in, especially for Throwboy right now. Like, which target do they have here? Yes, the AOG does work, but they still have flickers, they still have dashes. And I gotta say, even landing the AOG will not help Pharaoh a lot in this game. He needs someone that can pull back one of the frontliners towards him to be able to execute the crossbow attack. Even then, I don't think he has enough damage to put out in this early of a game with his items. I think he just secured his second item, and he's gonna delay it even longer. Now he's taken down.
Pharaoh, that Purify you have as your second skill, it doesn't work. Ah, Shadow Kill to Throwboy, but Throwboy will be able to run away. Look at Sanji just rolling in. They see him rolling, they hate him. And now Sanji is just making a name for himself. Look at the aura that this guy has. And Troll just recalling in front of Dark Lord. But they know they can't do anything about him. The grab to Troll as Sano will back them up. But Sanji again being the bodyguard to just usher the players of Falcon. As Ultra Legends, they can't do anything at this minute just yet. I don't know what they want to wait for, but at the moment it's all Falcons. Tsunami Slam to the back. Defense just popped this wall. Ice Cream deleted in mere seconds as Pharaoh still looking for the weakness points. Just running in the back. Crossbow of Tang to Sanji. Revitalized to save him. And there goes the Wave Breaker with the stride as well. And Boye gets Pharaoh. It's Sano throwing shades at Throwboy. 3 for none. Falcons again prevailing.
Now, this is the Falcons that we're used to seeing in the regular season of MPL MENA. The gal and also the swagger that these guys have, and also the confidence with the recalls as well. This is Falcons in its prime form, and this might propel them to a Game 3 victory. Already 9k gold lead and counting for the Falcons. Can they soar their wings enough against Ultra Legends here in game number 3? Because right now it's looking mighty fine for them. Man, it's just waiting for mistakes at this point for Ultra Legends.
Oh, Tsunami Slam with the AOG. 2 slams. Crossbow of Tang will take down Troll, but not for Sano. He lives to see another day. But look at that. Wings by wings movement by Coffin to catch Quanok, but Quanok will not get taken down. A premature cancel to the Feather Airstrike. That's all it takes to push Ultra Legends back. I do see an angle where they can really win the fight if Pharaoh gets to his items, and Throwboy might just look for what? The beats to connect. I think they have a solid chance,
man.
but Falcons is just not letting that happen at all. They're not letting anything happen at this point. Look at that, even Boye just diving again in the back. The Crimson Beacon will save Quanok for the meantime, but they get the tier 2 turret and the Lord marching on bottom.
I gotta say, I kinda disagree with the Throwboy getting a good electrifying beats realized, because at this point, I'm pretty confident that Sano, 1v1 against Throwboy, he can take care of his own even without magic defense, man. There's just too much snowball for this carry. Meanwhile, Throwboy so far is just a cardio game. He is 0 for 0. No conversion on the KDAs whatsoever. He's just looking for mistakes at this point from Falcon Esports, and it looks like they're not gonna make a lot of it by now.
Hey, it's what we call a cardio joy, right? Just looking for marathons and sprints and running around Troll. A good stride breaker takes the tidal wave as well to the back. Tsunami Slam, rather, sorry. Sano gets the kill towards Ice Cream. The crossbow of Tang still to be popped. Sanji just tanking it like a boss. In the back, the Throwboy has to run for the hills as Dark Lord gets deleted as well. Sano, again, being such a menace, and Boye dives to Pharaoh's demise. And Quanok 1v5 against the whole world. And this world is all Falcons for the taking.
Yeah, 14 seconds, 4 seconds for Ice Cream to come out. Can't hit the vent. 2 waves coming in, crashing in from Falcon Esports from top or from bottom and mid turret. They're gonna take 2 of these and maybe back out. Do they want to actually end it though is the question. Can they do it?
No! They're going the calculated route, Chefin. They're taking this methodical ways. It's not fun, but it is calculated, it is methodical, so, you know, they desperately need a win. They cannot afford to create a blunder. So, again, they can wait for the Lord, it's there. 11 seconds, Throwboy is down bottom, trying to make a wave happen and just push away. But for now, it's Falcons just having control of the jungle, so deep in enemy lines, and the Lord spawns. This is where it gets real for Falcons.
Whoa. Already forcing out a Crimson Beacon, just a single quad shadow from Boyet. Kind of signifies how dominant Falcon has been in this game. 14k gold lead in a span of 12.5 minutes, and I don't think they can take this Lord or contest it. Not even close to being in the Lord pit. It's just turtling the base by now. Ultra Legends, and look at that. That's the item that's gonna boost his survivability. Sano against Throwboy, against Quanok, even against Rice Cream and Dark Lord, it's gonna make him be able to deal damage without getting any repercussions. And now they're just gonna try to siege the bases, siege the inhibitor turrets of Ultra Legends. They're just gonna take care of 3 of these and make sure they're gonna end it right here, right now. 21-2 in a kill department. That's domination.
Is it geekable, Chefin?
Nah.
I don't think so personally, because look at the back! The shadow kill to the fountain! But no, it doesn't get the kill just yet. The Tsunami Slam will though. As Dark Lord deleted, Rice Cream next to the chopping block. It's Tano again, being such a menace. 2 kills to his name. In the back, it's Pharaoh, but he's just going for a Hail Mary play as the crystal is exposed. And the Lord will usher in the win for Falcons.
Damn! 16k goal lead to close out game number 3, Team Falcons. This is striking back with a lot of forces, man. I did not see this coming. I said, like, if they can handle the early game, they can win out with the squad shadows, with the shadow kills early in the game and get some pickoffs, it's gonna be good for them. But I did not expect them to be this good, this dominant against Ultra Legends. That's a way to reply, and it's a way to kickstart, you know, the momentum and also the confidence towards the 4th game.
I mean, it speaks for itself, right, Chefin? When Ultra Legends won, it was 2 games where it was back and forth, right? Game 1, they lost early, they were able to restabilize, and they went back. Game 2, it was them owning. But Game 3, for Falcons, the way they won was so smooth. They did not break a sweat. That was not a win. That was a domination. That was a total slaughter. A dismemberment of the Ultra Legends players. So, I don't know what to say, but yeah, Ultra Legends, I hope they won't be devastated by this loss, because sometimes losing like that can hurt you mentally and break you as well.
Well, hopefully, they're just chill guys, as it said in the portfolio of Ultra Legends. They don't care if, you know, they just chill mentality is what I'm trying to say. So hopefully it won't affect them that much. But I gotta say, like, MPL MENA, you gotta take this video off YouTube after this series is done, because this is illegal. Man, oh man. Like, even in this skirmish earlier, Mr. Pharaoh was able to get a solid crossbow attack, but it doesn't matter. Whoa, that KDA is a mighty fine number, 10 out of 10. I've never seen that kind of KDA in a pro scene, bro. Like, that's perfection.
You know what that means, Chefin?
That's a double-double in basketball.
No. Okay, that's basketball, but it generally means Sano is a 10 out of 10. He's that fine. He's good. 10 out of 10. You get what I mean?
Yeah, and rocking the Master Assassin emblem as well, knowing that he has to 1v1 against the 1-1 a lot. And a boost towards his physical and magical defense. I feel like you can take that away and they still won the game. What a way to win the game, man. As we're going to take a look at the further statistics here, I'm curious to see how much damage Pharaoh had. It was 39% out of the whole team, and this is the problem, man. Like, if the early game is not won by Ultra Legends, then Throwboy pretty much loses its value by 10-folds. Because, you know, you can't really dive in on towards a Farsa, a carry that's snowballing. At the same time, it's Hayabusa, and there's an instant throw it out of the window in the mid game. Earlier, you can see the gold difference there from the jungler. 5k gold lead just from Boyet and Throwboy. That's just yikes, man.
Well. I mean, this is the Falcons that we know, right? You said it. I mean, when they're dominating, they're dominating. This is a fully one-sided game happening from each side. I mean, it was hard as well for Ultra Legends to navigate through the team fight, right? When so much is being thrown at you, you got a feather airstrike coming in, and then you have Sakura just jumping in and just RKOing you, if you get what I mean. And then comes in the Baxia rolling in, and Ultra Legends, all they have to do is to just peel back. Their counterplay was the AOG. But again, the question is, who jumps in with the Gatot Kacha? Sure, the Gatot Kacha gets the lockdown to 2 players, maybe 1 towards Cuffin, but that's a valuable kill, right? But then no viable member is able to follow up from the back. So yeah, I guess it's just done and dusted by then.
Yeah, I think for both of these teams, the strategy going forward is to somehow make the life easier for the frontliners, because it has been the case. Like, if you have an easier win con for your roamer and also EXP laner, I feel like you have the game in your hands. And especially Abaxia will propel you through a W, right? Because I believe throughout these 3 games, the one that picks up Baxia wins. Is that right? I believe second gaming was also won by Ultra Legends when having a Baxia, so maybe they need to put more emphasis towards that pick for the flexibility part, for the fact that when you're snowballing, when you're leading in the game, it cannot be killed. So just make the win con easier, is what I'm trying to say. Because in that game earlier, they picked up the damage dealers first, and the Joy, and also the 1-1, but they forgot to somehow put more focus towards the setup that needs to be had if you want to play that composition.
Yeah, I do agree as well. I mean, they were sticking with simple comps, right? Game 1, it was a simple executable comp. Nah, I'm kidding. Game 1 was not an easy comp. It was a Lunox on the mid, and then you had, I mean, sure, it was still easy because you had a Kimmy on the gold, right? We were thrown away because we saw a Masha roam and then a Lunox jungle, but it did not happen. So yeah, it was still easy, to be honest. Like Masha, it's one-dimensional what you do, right? And then on the mid lane, it's all about just surviving to late game. The Kimmy just popped the track and pulse. Game 2, it was easy as well. Throwboy just going on insanely with the Joy. But game 3, I felt like it was quite tricky, to be honest. The fact that Team Falcons brought that draft, and then Ultra Legends wanted to play that draft as well to counter it. It was questionable at the very least. But at least, hey, it's game 3. We still have 2 lives left. Yeah, it's still a possible game, 7 games straight if you want to talk about it. But yeah, you never know.
Yeah. Let's just hope that, again, as you said earlier, the way they lose will not affect them in the mentality department. Because when you think about it, in the basketball, you won the first and second quarter. You just lose out the third quarter by a lot. It's just a way to, how do you clutch it in the fourth quarter when it really matters the most? Because usually in this kind of series, in a game of 7, in a best of 7, if you secure a 3-1 lead, it's almost certainly a death sentence. It's very rare for a team to come back from that kind of lead. Only special teams have done that. The likes of GeekFam MDL 30243. Just gonna throw it out there. A fun fact for all of you guys, MENA people that wants to know the brilliance of this team called Big Geek Fam. But enough of that. Let's go back to MENA again. Ultra Legends, man. Yeah, Falcon Esports. Team Falcons, this might be the time. They have the ingredients, they have the mentality boost, they have the confidence that they need to, they can carry out throughout the rest of the matches they're gonna play today. It's a question of, can you execute properly? Can you execute cleanly?
I think they have to answer it, right? I mean, game 3, it was executed clearly and easily as well. It's a simple game plan, Tsunami Slam into a carry, just blitzing on you, and then the Feather Airstrike to clear out the waves and to clear out the enemies in front of their eyes, and then you have a Boxy just rolling in casually to zone out the players in a passive way. I think it was a simple game plan. Execution-wise, it was very easy to do. And then Boye, of course, like you said, 3rd time's the charm. Finally, it picks up a win with the Hayabusa after picking it up 3 times. So that was a long time to get the win to the Hayabusa, but at least it sets a tempo now for Falcons, right? For Ultra Legends, it's them now going back to basics, I feel like, because most of their pocket picks and cheese picks are banned out. So that element of surprise is not there yet, unless we haven't seen like an explosive pick, a shocking pick that could really be brought on by Ultra Legends. So far, Falcons, they're doing a very good job at keeping at bay these cheese picks from happening, because so far it has been the favorite things that Ultra Legends has been doing so far, from yesterday even, and even in the playoffs. So yeah, Falcons, they have been able to navigate through the draft perfectly as well. But I think now for Kalea, she's going to be so respected. I feel like it's either going to be first pick or just banned out straight away. Game 1, no one took notice. Game 2, it brought good results for the players of Ultra Legends. Game 3, snatched away and it also gave a win. Which, by the way, in those two games, the Kalea was a contributing factor to the win. So yeah, it's a possibility that could happen.
Yeah, which brings me back to what happened in the draft in Game 3 earlier, as we're gonna take a look on what's gonna happen in Game number 4. The Luo Yi ban at the end of the ban for Ultra Legends was, I gotta say, is a bit questionable, especially once you secure the 1-1 and also the Jushin. It should be crystal clear that the main threat to this kind of composition is a Farsa, but they opted out to go and ban Coffin's Luo Yi, maybe out of respect of what Team Falcons was able to do in the regular season with the Luo Yi. But you gotta take a look at it from your, you gotta take a look at it from your own perspective, man. Like, what makes your team's job easier? And that's the absence of a Farsa. Hopefully in this game they realize that you gotta prioritize your own comfort, make your players comfortable instead of just banning the prios from the opposing team.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to look at it, right? Comfortability is number one. And Luo Yi banned out, obviously, derailing a possible macro approach from the players of Falcons. And now for Falcons, what do they want to pick up? Or what do they want to ban out, right? Kalea is a possible ban because it has been doing wonders in the past 2 games if they don't want it to fall into Ultra Legends' hands, because Rice Trim was doing well with it, but they still see the Baxia as being the most valuable ban in the last ban, so it makes sense. And now Ultra Legends can just go Kimmy, right?
Yeah, Kimmy should be the priority here, unless you wanna play around something like a Fredrin right away, because it's the top 2 utility jungler right now is a Fredrin and a Baxia. But I think it's still gonna go towards a Kimmy, and there you go, the flexibility as well towards the mid and the gold lane. It's gonna be easier for Ultra Legends to set up the second phase of this draft. Now for Falcon Esports, do they want to pick up the Hayabusa right away again, or do they want to pick up something like a Farsa for themselves just to take care of this Kimi? That should be pretty much a nail in the coffin for countering the Kimi, but is that too much? Is that an overkill for a first pick Kimi?
Yeah. And now they can also go the Kalea as well, right?
Oh, yeah.
They go the Chip and the Granger. Okay. So Chip, Granger, obviously, early game presence is there. A possible gang from the back, the flanks here and there as well, but the Fredrin. Okay. The way I see it is the Fredrin and the Mathilda will sort of function like the Barats and the Mathilda, right? It can be really pervasive and invasive as well, in a nature that it just becomes annoying for the enemy jungler to play against. You're just gonna invade them 24/7, and that's a very good approach as well. But another thing is that probably when the Chip pops a teleport and everyone just comes flying in, the Fredrin can just taunt them together and then it locks them in place. But yeah, so far it's the way I see it with the 3 first picks from Ultra Legends. For Falcons though, it's pretty simple. Granger, Farsa, play poke from the back. The Chip can just look for flying angles and just pop the shortcut. But that Ling ban is interesting.
Yep, it's quite interesting. Because the options I'm trying to think of a jungler for Falcon Esports right now to match this tankiness of Ultra Legends, and maybe I get a bit too sidetracked on thinking that it has to be utility jungler, because they already have a solid damage dealers here in Farsa and also Granger. I was thinking about, like, how do you provide some setup? How do you provide some tankiness in the front line to peel for these 2 backliners? But maybe they want to go for the first game Ultra Legends route and just go full ham on the damage potential, as CC is getting banned for Ultra Legends. Maybe they're setting up something. No, they're just banning out the damage dealing EXP laners.
Yeah.
For them, because right now, from what we see in the first game, it's Amasha, right? So if they would still go for that kind of template, then CC should be the option.
Obvious.
Suyo, wow! I just realized
Suyo.
that we didn't really we didn't consider Suyo at all throughout all these matches.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Underlooked, obviously, Sasuke. With the Suyo skin. Suyo with the Sasuke skin, excuse me.
Benedetta?
You haven't really seen that much Benedetta. From Ultra Legends, that could be a possibility. Again, you have access to the backline. The elective final blow will be annoying to play against when you're a Granger or a Farsa. But I think they need... Well, yeah, they still need damage again. A Phoveus could still be a possibility. Or even a Glue, if they want to go for that route. But yeah, they will go for the Phoveus and an Aerithel. Okay, so basically Phoveus, you have the dive power. And I think with the Aerithel, it's a lane counter to the Granger. It's a matchup counter, basically. But for the Phoveus, I think you have access to the backline, number one, with the dives, and number two, you can go in and out. Because now you have a Matilda, you get that guiding wind effect. After you just go in, you can just hitchhike a ride out, so you can make sure that you're not going to dive on a suicide mission.
Yeah, this is pretty much what I expected from game number 1 Ultra Legends, man. The Phoveus and the Aerithel, but they finally put it up in game number 4 here. Let's see if that's gonna come to fruition. And Phoveus does, in a way, is a good answer towards a chip. Once you dive, you can just... Phoveus is not shy of diving, is what I'm trying to say. As they close it out with a glue, as you know, the temp, as the... I guess what happened in the previous games told us the glue is always the best closing pick here. I gotta say, from the composition that they've brought out, I'm leaning towards Ultra Legends a bit more. Even though they maybe lose out on the early game, I can see them holding out for dear life in the base and getting a comeback.
Wow. Now you're determined, right? Like I told you, you know, when I see a gem, I see a gem. And Ultra Legends, sure, game 3 they got battered, they got bruised, but for Falcons, it's now up to them on how they want to turn this game around. I feel like this comp is hard to execute. Who follows up with the chip, right? Is it the Granger? No, you don't want to have a Granger on the front line. The Farsa, no, the Farsa plays back. The glue, but is it enough damage? The Suyo. So then the question becomes, yeah, how does Falcons execute this draft? And I think it's much more simpler to play Ultra Legends' draft. It's just going to be them diving to the back with the Phoveus, the Kimi with the setup again, this time on the hands of Quanok, the Aerithel, you know, doing Aerithel things, just scaling to the late game, getting the damage, getting the items, and just go ham.
Yep. All the draft has been set, all the heroes has been picked. Now it depends on the actors on the stage to play the script. Who's gonna soar beyond limits here in game number 4? Does Falcons have what it takes to come back into the series and make it equal against Ultra Legends? We will see the answer in the Land of Dawn.
And to the Land of Dawn we go, as we take a look at game number 4, the grand finals of MPL MENA Season 7. And it's Ultra Legends standing in the way of Falcons. Power of friendship continues to prevail for them, and now Falcons. But this composition, it's interesting to see how they will function in the early game. Obviously, for Ultra Legends, they have the power to invade early on. The Fredrin is strong, level 2 even, I'd say. The Matilda is also there to back up. Cuffin solo! We'll pop the wings of wings by wings, and we'll escape unscathed. Scathed still.
Thankfully, it didn't go down at a time. Now they're rotating towards the bottom lane. Gotta watch out. Sanji might have to use the flicker here.
Oh, he runs away, pops the split, but he's gonna be locked in place. Again, another pursuit by Dark Lord. He's gonna be fine. The Quanok, the Starlium Beam is very, very valuable on the early rotations. Oh, here comes Boyet. Steals the crab, I expect. Yeah, he steals it. The Blade Surge.
This Kimi's utility is already showing off in these early of a game. And also the Matilda as well with the Guiding Wind just rotating around the map. faster than anyone else. Top lane though, even though it's a lane counter on this Airtel, you gotta still watch out for the rotating potential from the from Troll and also Coffin as well. These two can really punish you in the early game with the Wings by Wings. And by the way, for Pharaoh, speaking about him, he chooses to go for a sprint, which I gotta say I'm not really a big fan of. I can see the idea. There's not that many CC going right at you, but you gotta consider that Boyet, Sanji, and Troll, like if you get locked down, if you get shortcut, then it's game over for you. Meanwhile, Troll, use the flicker to get away.
Back. No shortcut yet, so when he's ganked, he just has to run away. Turtle now spawns, and Ultra Legends, they have Prio, and this objective, I think it's gonna be conceded by Falcons, because look at where Boye is. He's very far back. And the purple buff though, at least he's stealing a buff, and Throwboy will get the turtle free. But look at Pharaoh down bottom, ganked by 3 members. He still runs away for his life, not for long, as Sano gets the Rhapsody down. Ricegrim is here with Quanok as well, flying away, looking for an angle, but Cuffin with a feather airstrike now. It's just Throwboy popped upon with a grab. The Appraisal's Wrath will not get the kill, will not get any damage, and Throwboy is running for dear life. Quanok is here with the backup, Dark Lord as well, with the Circling Eagle, cancelled by Ricegrim, and Sanji will also back away.
Oh, I wonder why Boya didn't want to commit towards Throwboy there, especially after him invading his purple. But I guess it does end up with Falcon Esports, or like Team Falcons, being on the positive end, especially after taking down Pharaoh on the long lane, on the gold lane there. Now going towards the second turtle here, about 1 minute left. It should be a different story with Boyet now a bit more ready to take down the turtle, but the advantage is still going to be on towards Throwboy with the utility jungler and also the healings and the rotating potential coming in from Ricegrim.
Look at Quanok. He's just firing away with the beams and all that. That's what Kimmy does, and Ultra Legends, they might look for a play. Up top, they haven't really punished Sano so far, and the Granger can be a menace if it goes and
bottom
leaves
lane
unchecked. The bottom lane, though, Dark Lord will pop the Dark Wave, but look at the ult coming in from Cuffin to just dissipate. And this array Dark Lord is then falling back to the jungle. So far, Falcons are able to keep everything in check. But look at that. A gang might happen. The Flicker and Crash Course. The shotgun is will pop, but the Traction Pulse will pull Troll back into pieces. Cuffin in the back has to really handle Ricegrim, but it's a kill to Falcons. And it's Pharaoh losing his life, and Sanji will be locked in place. Quanok gets the kill. That's a very good kill to the Kimmy. Uh-oh, Quanok, you have to run for your life. Cuffin is waiting. And Quanok still able to run to a safer place. Throwboy just puts himself in front. Level 8 for the Fredrin.
Oh man, I was trying to wrap my head around on how the hell did Pharaoh get there when Sano didn't even have a chance to get there. Like, he's supposed to be the one that has the chip teleporter, but Pharaoh takes it first, and it ended up being his demise. This is like one of the, I guess, the bad. You don't really see the teleport before you try to use it, and that should be, that should be the procedure of trying to use it. You gotta watch out from your place to where you're going, because you might get punished.
Yeah. And now Sano has the Sky Piercer, so he's battle ready. He's ready to join the fights. He's ready to really get the stacks going on the Granger, and that's what a Granger needs, right? 80 stacks is what he's looking for. The Sanji pops a split and just runs away from the top lane. So now look at Ultra Legends. They're moving in unison, just looking for ganks and plays to happen. 60 seconds to the turtle, so I think no contest is to happen as of yet. On the mid lane, they're pushing it up. And look at Boyet, though. He's splitting up, and he's getting that bottom lane push all for himself. This purple buff is under pressure now, as Coffin pops. The feather airstrike, the traction pulls Sanji onto inside, and in pieces he goes and he crumbles, evaporates. Rice Cream gets the kill.
But they do have some kind of retaliation there in the top lane as Sano takes the turret, so I guess you could call that a bit of a even trade, but now Throwboy just diving in on towards the back line.
Well, with the taunt, he flanks from the back. Troll might look for the backup, but Boyet is on immortal form, so he's gonna be moving back with the Susano. Sanji is back on the battlefield. Meanwhile, Throwboy might look for the steal to this orange buff. If he expends the retreat, nah, he does not. So, a safe retreat for this turtle as well. All uncontested for Falcons. The objective, at least, is on the hands of Ultra Legends.
Yeah, it's an easier win con as the story goes in the series. Throwboy, I don't think it's gonna be in game. Oh, what?
Throwboy?
Throwboy?
At the retreat.
Yeah, he is actually throwing right now.
Yeah, yo, okay, yeah, but that was a throw indeed, because he had the retreat. He had it ready, and it was Sano who stole the turtle for Falcons, and now they go for Hail Mary play with the Circling Eagle to the back. On the traction pulls, locks Sanji in place. Coffin is free hitting. The Appraiser swap doesn't connect, and Pharaoh comes in with a heavy crossbow, but no follow up and no damage yet exerted. And now Ultra Legends, they lose all their resources with no one falling.
That's very unfortunate, especially after the setup was done beautifully by Ultra Legends. As a single tap on the retreat, he used the retreat, but like, it was not in time. I wonder what happened at the time. And Sano took it for himself. Quanok secured. Oh, and watch out first. Pharaoh getting jumped on.
Oh, shortcut. And Boye is here with the Blade Surge and the Evil Queller. But Cuffin, the Wings by Wings, will be gap closing to Ultra Legends at the back. Boye has to be chased down. And it's Troll. The Appraiser's Wrath gone. And Throwboy finally having a smooth moment. But no, it's Sano.
My God.
Just crumbling Ultra Legends to pieces. And Quanok does live long enough to survive. It's Rice Cream and Dark Lord as well to accompany him. But it's a 3-4-2 trade, so I think it's still worth it for Ultra Legends.
Yeah, I would be mad if I'm Falcon Esports or Team Falcons right now. I thought Stormtroopers are supposed to be useless and missing all his shots. But Quanok there, he is having himself a game 202 so far. No stats at all. And he might be the backbone, the damage dealer that Ultra Legends need right now instead of Pharaoh that's already 0-3.
As long as they can keep this Kimmy safe and, you know, scot-free, it's all gonna be fine. But Pharaoh so far, yeah, not having the best game of his life. The first two games, excuse me, was all both his stage. 2 MVPs back-to-back, but game 3, game 4, he hasn't been having a good game. So I think that happens to the best of us, but now Ultra Legends, they have to bank on something. Shortcut onto the bottom side again. Pharaoh just caught in no man's land. And now Falcons know that that's a target, and now they will run away. Sano pops the Rhapsody on towards the back. The Energy Eruption connects, and Sanji will be taken down. Not just yet, and Quanok will secure the kill. It's Pharaoh for Sanji. Obviously not a valuable trade.
Pharaoh's got to lock in, man. That was a bit unnecessary, the way he goes back to the teleporter, to the shortcut there from the chip. Like, he could have just gone back and try to play it safe until his teammate comes. Instead, he wants to use his life to... I don't know what he's doing right now. Throwboy might be having himself a lord unless we had to say something else. Shortcut.
Ooh. The truck is possible backup finish still. Another evaporator. Oh yeah! The steal! Quanok will punish him for his sins. And now it's Ultra Legends on the chase. They will try to run down Falcons, but Falcons know that's all they need. That's all they get. And that Lord is enough for them to take refuge into their base. But no, they go back to the turrets and might just look for another re-aggressive angle. It's Throwboy looking to be run down by Sanji. Feather airstrike for Cuffin to clear the wave. And no push and no harm to that tier 1 turret. Falcons holding themselves up quite well, and the skirmish might continue, but so far, it's Ultra Legends is still holding their ground.
Yeah, it's a Throwboy after losing on a 0-100 battle. He loses out on the 50-50 against Boyet. Not looking pretty good for the objective department here, because at times this is the make or break maneuver that you're gonna need in the late game. The 50-50s is gonna be super important, and Throwboy has been losing it out in all fronts. Troll getting pulled back, but just taking a bit of damage here. As Falcon, they didn't use the Lord at all. Getting cleared by Pharaoh in the bottom lane.
Ooh, traction pulse on towards Coffin. He's bleeding to death. But look at the circling eagle on towards Sanji. Not enough though to take him down. Not worth it as well. So now they have to clear the Lord down bottom. The holy defense is still there. They will try to hold it as to not pop the passive. The Airthal will try to clear it, and yep, the Lord is down. No holy defense proc just yet.
Pharaoh right now, I wonder what item he's securing. I'm gotta say, I prefer him to build something like a GDS just because of the fact that he can get away a bit safely if Boyet and Coffin is ever so slightly within his vicinity. Because he's gonna need that movement speed boost, man. Especially with him rocking the sprint there. Troll almost getting caught out by Rice Crim. Throwboy and also securing this throwback item, I gotta say, in the Guardian's helmet, something you don't really see every day in this kind of meta. 1.2k gold lead for Falcon Esports, but I gotta say, in the team fights, if Ultra Legends executed it properly, I think it should be their advantage.
Yeah, it should be. It should be because they have the damage, right? They have all the tools needed, and so far it's all just misplays happening left and right that really denies them, and maybe just Coffin with his zoning potential. This Farsa has been a menace to deal with, and Quanok cannot afford to die if they want to carry on and get the winning team fight. But Troll with the conceal might crash on something. Oh, Boyet is so low. And he has to recall. So at least now Ultra Legends, they have Prio down bottom. They can push this wave. Look at the turrets. It's not even broken down just yet. Tier 1 and mid still intact. And this Lord spawns. And they might have their fingertips in this, but Sanji is here to back them up.
Hey, you don't want to do a 50-50. Ultra Legends, don't do it. But Sano's in the bottom lane. He has the shortcut to be used after this.
Uh-oh, the Lord going solo, but Throwboy diverts his attention to his Boyet. The Lord has to be the main focus, and Throwboy secures it. Now it's Troll, taunted, on towards the backline. Boyet has to go back, he's low on HP. Sano cannot do anything about it. Sanji left to be fed to the wolves, or to the dragons rather, as Sanji will bite the bullet for the team, and the Falcons, their wings clipped. Traction pulse to push them back even further. That's a big win for Ultra Legends. 2 kills and a Lord.
Yeah, as I said, they just gotta lock in, man. Sometimes the biggest adjustment that you could make is being more focused. And Ultra Legends just did that. Throwboy finally winning it out. Well, not really. It was a 0 to 100 for himself. He had all the avenues in the world to use this that retribution. And now they're knocking on towards Falcon's door. Do they want to use this Lord to end the game? The answer is no. They're just gonna play it safe and take the turrets for themselves and wait for another opportunity. Look at Troll though.
Look at Troll,
He's eyeing for something here.
Boyet might be spotted as well. Nah, he's gonna recall, so no follow-up. Troll will also recall respectively as well. But look at all the damage that has been done by Ultra Legends, right? Top side turret broken down, mid side turret only on the inners, but the bottom side still intact, all three. Standing strong for the players of Falcons and Throwboy. This bush might be his winning grace. Troll walks into it. Traction pulse to follow up as well. And Troll gets delated. No saving grace for him. As now they open up the horizon with this bottom side turret broken. But look at Boyet up top doing heavy work, heavy lifting to push the wave on towards the top side. But Dark Lord responds with one recall, and it's Throwboy again, just on the aggressive potential. Sanji will run back with a split. Throwboy again on the move, on the hunt, and Sano will push him back. Oh, traction pulse!
Whoa.
Sanji is so low! He's delated! And again, Sanji is just a blob of glue in the eyes of Quanok.
They're shredding him like Swiss cheese! What the hell was that damage from Quanok? 603, I'm curious on what item he secured. Maybe some genius one? At least a divine glaive for him to be able to shred down a glue? That does not make sense at all, man. And this is the late game potential that I mentioned about in the draft. I'm not worried at all if it's gonna take it, if the game's gonna take it to the late game, because Ultra Legends, they have essentially 2 marksmen and a really solid peel in Dark Lord, Throwboy, and also Rice Cream. We're gonna take a look at the items here exactly. Divine Glaive, Genius 1, Holy Crystal, and also a Feather of Heaven. Oh, gotta watch out, Pharaoh getting jumped on!
Oh, shortcut, and Pharaoh has to run back, has the heavy crossbow to run away, and it's Coffin stuck, gone, cut down, as now the Energy Eruption blocks 2 players in place. The taunt connects, Troll as well, just running for dear life. Throwboy taken down by Sano, but in the back, Falcons might turn around this. Pharaoh still with the grab having to be mounted by Sanji. It's just Sano and Sanji, the double S's will be deleted soon enough. Sanji has to, having to bite the bullet, having to bite the damage, but Pharaoh is so low, and Sanji will take him down. Look at the circle giggle as well. Sanji has to run back, not enough damage yet, but Dark Lord will take him down, and Sano still goes out unscathed. The top side wave is pushing, and Ultra Legends not yet able to end this game.
Despite a disastrous team fight coming in from Ultra Legends, they somehow, quote-unquote, come out on top in the health department. They were up two heroes against 1 from Falcon Esports. That should not have happened if Ultra Legends just stick together as a group. They have a Fredrin, they have all the pills in the world. So they should have used that in that team fight earlier. They just get separated when they shouldn't be. And now this is the time for them to lock in. Boyet has the shortcut from Troll, but Throwboy, can he actually use this to his advantage? Troll flanking.
Wait, Troll is flanking from the back. The shortcut will be popped, but look at that combo! The Appraiser's Wrath deals enough damage to just rile back Troll, and Boyet as well gone. Coffin deleted, the Lord marching in, and this might be the end angle for Ultra Legends.
That's a Hail Mary pass coming in from Troll, but it got intercepted at the right time by Throwboy and crew. It's a 4v2 right now. Sano and Sanji being the 2 defenders of the Falcons' wings.
Oh, no more minions just yet. Sanji still holding in place. The Energy Eruption connects onto him, and now the grab will buy some time. It's on towards Rice Cream. He has to go back, but Sanji can't hold this for any longer. It's Sano against the world. 5 bullets for 5 heads, but it's the heads of 5 dragons roaring back to life, and they take match point. They take series point, 1 win away to MSC. As Falcons, their wings are clipped. They no longer take flight.
Inches closer to MSC, inches closer to being crowned as the champion of Season 7 MPL MENA. The Dragons that came out of nowhere is here to make a statement against the mighty Falcons. Congratulations, but 1 more game to secure, to go all the way and prove the doubters that they belong here. As we're gonna take a look at the highlight here. Early game, Falcon Esports was actually, Team Falcons was actually really good at kind of like spotting the mistake and spotting the opportunities that presented by Ultra Legends, especially in that first turtle earlier. They were able to take the gold laner in the opposing side of the map while also take the purple buff, but they lost the plot and also the advantage that they don't have in the late game. When the opposing team have 2 marksmen and a solid healer and peeler in a Mathilda, it's super hard for you to somehow come back from this kind of situation.
I mean, look at the damage, right? Quanok was just there, standing, aura farming. And that was so disrespectful, the way he cuts Sanji, like hot knife through butter. It's insane, and again, the win con is there. As long as you can peel for your carries, as long as you can peel for the core players of Ultra Legends, it guarantees you a win in the team fights. Again, proven. Look at this. The way they were able to just I don't know how to say it. The way they were able to cut back on the players of Falcons. And this that was insane. Quanok was just playing with his food. And they were able to segment the players of Falcons into different groups and finally just, you know, individually taking them down. Look at this. 3 separated members and all just breaks loose for the players of Team Falcons. Their damage was there. Their damage was enough. Their damage was so good and so strong to take down the players of Falcons. And the fact that they have so much AoE as well with the Traction Pulse, and then the Appraiser's Wrath was there. That combo won them that team fight, and that final push was just easy to do.
Yep. Sano, valiant effort, but when you have a load and 4 guys going at you, it's pretty much impossible to defend the base. And now they're 1 game away, man. 1 step away as the MVP of the game belongs to Rice Cream. 100% kill participation. I'll always say this to all of you guys, solo players out there. If you want to play Roamer and get MVPs, this is a hero to farm KDA, because Mathilda cannot die if you're snowballing. If you have this item, the photos, the blood wings, and also the Oracle just boosts your healings by 10-fold, and also the shield as well, not to mention. And the fact that you have this frontliner is just guiding you to victory, or you are the one guiding them to victory, just makes the game even easier. As we're gonna take a look at the damage dealt by both teams. Quanok and Pharaoh both do their part as the main damage dealers of Ultra Legends. But for Falcon Esports or Team Falcons, Sano is pretty much the backbone of this front-to-back composition that they're trying to, not front-to-back, but Sano is the one doing the front-to-back most of the part when they're trying to defend the base. Man, oh man, it's a hard game for him.
It was a hard game for him. It was a hard game for Pharaoh as well. Pharaoh was not delivering in the last 2 games, but at least he was doing his job, right? Just kiting back the players of Falcons, and the rest of the team just does the job well. I mean, look at Quanok's build. It was quite different to what Pharaoh was building in the first game. He goes for the Genius Wand as opposed to the Sky Piercer previously. Feather of Heaven for extra sustainability. The Holy Crystal, obviously, just for more magic damage with the Divine Glaive to penetrate the defenses of Falcons. And that Blood Wings, a defensive option as well, right? And for Falcons, I don't know. It felt like they had that game on their grasp because of a few blunders happening from Ultra Legends, right? There was a 50-50 blunder, there was a 100-0 blunder. A lot of blunders, but still, Ultra Legends, they managed to rise out from the ashes, and now they are 1 win away from MSC.
Take a look at the gold graph here. It was until at least the 15-minute mark, it was Team Falcons' game until the items are being secured by the Irithel and also the Kimi. And mind you, the Kimi did not build the concentrated energy, probably because the fact that he already have Mathilda to kind of provide the healing and sustainability. And I gotta say, man, for Irithel, I gotta say, please pick the Purified. Please, just please, you know. Yes, the sprint is very useful to chase. It's very useful to get away too. But if you're not given the chance to get away, then what do? It's at least 2 kills are contributed from the fact that the Irithel does not have the Purify for the right time. More pro players have to do this, man. We've been saying this in MPL ID a lot. Mirko has been pretty much preaching for it. As we're gonna take a look at the heat map here for Rice Cream, pretty much all over the map. He's pretty much picking who to guide. Who do I want to rotate? Who do I want to help getting around the map? If he wants to get the gold lane, even towards the turtle fight, that could be done by a single tap of a guiding wind from Mathilda. And, you know, early game, it's gotta be Throwboy, you know, just accompanying Rice Cream all over the place. You know, late game, you might want to switch out towards the Kimi or the Irithel. You can never go wrong with this kind of pick, man. And maybe for game number 5, they want to ban something like a Mathilda and a Baxia both all together for Team Falcons.
Yeah, but can we talk about the I think the chip pick as well, right? That chip pick was I'd say one-dimensional. It was straightforward. There wasn't really I'd say like a strategy. Sure, they had one which was sending the Suyo far in the lane, and then they would pop the shortcut to have him hitchhike a ride to teleport to the fight. That was one way, but there wasn't really an element of surprise with the chip, right? Sure, I commend Troll for doing a few things that was able to open up flank angles, but it wasn't just delivered in the right way. And the fact that every time he pops a shortcut, there isn't a single strong member that can just jump into the fight and just become ready to fight, right? I mean, you don't want to have a Granger to go into the shortcut and just come in guns blazing. He's gonna die. He's gonna get squished. Do you want the Farsa to do that? No, the Farsa has to play back. The Farsa has to just, poke for the team in the back with the feather airstrike. That worked well for Cuffin. So then who goes in with the Suyo? Not the strongest member. And that raises the questions, right? So I think if they really wanted to have that shortcut availability, they really had to pick a few heroes that I think are battle ready to just jump into the shortcut and just join the fight. I mean, pick a strong XP. Maybe a Phoveus would have done them better, but yeah, it was taken away by Ultra Legends. So I think that chip pick was in vain, unluckily.
And also has to do with the fact that they responded to the chip pick quite beautifully. The fact that you have a chip in your in the opposing side, you already have a Kimmy, then you supply the Kimmy with the right peel in Mathilda and also Fredrin. I think that was kind of like, in a way, end all. Oh, this chip is gonna be having a really hard time. Even just because of these two picks, the Mathilda and also the Fredrin, and supplied with the Phoveus also. I think that's just like match made in heaven just to respawn the pick or like the shortcut from the chip. Like, not only that, those picks alone, those composition alone is already really strong in the team fight. We might go back to season 14 of MPL Indonesia, where Phoveus Mathilda was the meta, was the like 100% win rate combo in that time period. Even season 11, Fredrin Mathilda was the death sentence of a combo towards the opposing side. So you can't really go wrong with this kind of picks. It just brings you to a really easy win condition. Most of the time in the team fight, you can play the long lane too, because you have Mathilda to get you around the map. That safety net, if you overextend just a bit slightly, you could be bailed out from the death, and that's why I think Rice Quim just deserved that MVP.
Yeah, I think it's insane what has happened in the last 4 games, and now obviously Ultra Legends, they're 1 win away from getting that MSC spot, right? Not only that, but winning MPL MENA Season 7 and finally cementing themselves as probably one of the upcoming legends, because again, we cannot stop the narrative that they have been a team that was formed through bonds, formed through friendship, without proper org backing them, without a proper, I'd say, coaching staff that other organizations have been able to provide for their players, but they're still able to ball around like a boss and just stomp on the enemy. So yeah, a 4-1 win would surely be an insane feat for them, but MSC is just a grasp away, it feels like. But we still have a few more games to go. If this does go to a game 6, or to a game 7 even possibly, Falcons, they're not out of it just yet. I can see their ideas slowly but surely implemented in the drafting phase in their compositions, but so far it feels like Ultra Legends, if they're really hitting it, they out macro you, they out mechanic you. So yeah, I think everything is just going smoothly for the players of Ultra Legends.
Yeah, hopefully there's no hiccups in the last stage of these games here, the closing match or the closing game. And don't worry, like if you're wondering how to get to MWI, how do I watch these ladies compete at the highest stage in MWI 2025, you can go in without paying a single penny, man. Free entrance in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia from 15th of July to 19th of July 2025. Just mark the calendar there. If you are in Riyadh, which I'm really jealous of, man, you can take a photo not only with some of the MENA legends that's going to be watching there and also playing there. You can take a photo with, some of the teams that's already qualified towards the MSC. Like, for example, Team Falcons. No, not Team Falcons. I'm sorry. TLPH.
Yo, come on.
That was a mistake. Actual mistake. I'm sorry. TLPH and also Onyx VH. Obviously, the reigning world champions of M6 is there for you. If you want to watch some high-level Mobile Legends, just like this one in the MENA Season 7 Grand Finals. And realize, I just want to share a fun fact with you. Like, if you go to the Liquidity page for Ultra Legends and look up all the players, there's literally no info on any of them. And that's why, you know, even though they're technically not randos, you know, some of them have played in the stage before. Like the fact that there's no information that's provided in the esports page is already ridiculous, man.
That's true. I mean, I was doing a bit of a study yesterday, right, to prepare myself for MPL MENA, and I was looking up Ultra Legends, and I went to the Wikipedia page, and none of the players showed up. Like they had no profile. So I think they're gonna make a name for themselves today, and even better if they make it to MSC 2025, because the playoff tickets are now on sale with the MSC Tournament Pass. It will include 3 days matches. So obviously, MSC is going to be held from the 31st of July 2025 to the 2nd of August 2025 at the EWC Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. You can go to webook.com to secure your tickets at MSC 2025 playoffs. So if you do probably splurge on the tickets later on in MSC, it's okay, because MWI is going to be free entry. So, you know, it's a win-win solution. I mean, Chefin saw the word free entrance and his face zoomed in to the camera. So, you know, who doesn't love free things, right? And obviously, codes are also free, but you got to stay tuned for more codes, because we still have some on our bags. So, chill. And I read a comment saying that, you know, is it already morning in Indonesia? 2:30 a.m.-ish? It is already morning indeed. It's currently 1:30. So this is light work. This is light work for us, you know. It's fine.
Yeah. Just maybe like 5 cups of coffee and a bit of a chance of heart attack, because overdose of caffeine will get you through 8 hours of casting.
No, that's a dreadful fact. I don't even drink coffee.
We're still alright, guys.
That's true. I see apples, by the way. Apples, they have caffeine as well. So sometimes if I'm sleepy and if I have an apple, I just eat an apple and I'd be fresh all day. I don't really drink coffee because I have, you know, acid reflux. But you know, the games are keeping me awake because it has been all fun 4 games.
As they say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, and somehow keep the you know, the drowsiness
barista
away for you to be able to cast barista.
Yeah, because then you don't need to make a coffee. Come on, Jeffin.
But that's only you though. That's your problem. That's not my problem.
No, there's like a million other people that has acid reflux that can't drink coffee.
Yeah, shout out to the acid refluxer out there. We feel
acid
for you.
Refluxer. I'm an acid refluxer. Is that
and
even
we're
a
going
word?
to game number. Oh my god, I forgot. Game number 5. Now, it's already 1:30 a.m. in Indonesia right now, but we're still going pretty fine. Especially if we're gonna see the potential closing match here against Ultra Legends. For Ultra Legends against Team Falcons, because this should be, you know, right up there in the MENA history books, right? Because this is something that we don't really see in the start of the season. A team that literally has no history, a team that's just made very recently, going up against this huge org. I mean, you can see Falcons Vega, you can see you know, Team Falcons in Philippines. Now we have Team Falcons 2 in or at least the original Team Falcons here in the MENA region fighting it out. Like, they should be the #1 contender, yet they're down about 2 points right now and potentially losing out on the MSC spot.
Yeah, that's gonna be a bummer, right? I mean, this was the core roster that has been in the international stages for quite some time now. Extra Mind 4 members. I mean, Sano, or rather Hoda excuse me, the jungler of Twisted Minds that has been playing with the core members of Falcons. I think deep down he also wants Falcons to not win, because then, if you don't go to MSC, I don't go to MSC. Yeah, it's fair. No, I'm kidding. I think he wants the best for his ex-teammates as well. But imagine Ultra Legends being on MSC, or rather, better, they make wildcard, and then they get to the playoffs. They get to the group stages. Who knows? It's a possibility.
Yeah, it's also possible that we need some break right now, because as fine as we are humans at the end of the day. So stay tuned for game number 5 and potentially the closing match of MPL MENA Season 7 after this.
相変わらずやかましい奴らだ。
今度は背中合わせで行くわよ。よっしゃ、第7班ここに復活だってばよ。
What's good, my dudes? Back again with Shafin and Realize in Grand Finals of MPL MENA Season 7. And now Team Falcons is down 3-1. And 3-1 is usually a death sentence to most teams, you know. Only special ones can do it. I'm not gonna shout out my team, Geek Fam, again, but you know what I mean. It is, the odds are against them. Team Falcons, what do they do to come back from the situation?
I think you gotta stop the geek glazing, man. Nah, I'm kidding.
Hey, I said I'm not gonna mention geek.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Fair point. Fair point. But I think for Falcons, what they have to do, I think they need more synergy in their draft. Some of the picks that they have been bringing upon, it doesn't really fare well, and it doesn't really blend well with what they're trying to bring. Number two is, I think, just play on uncomfortable picks again. It feels like Boyet on the Suyo wasn't as good as he was in the Hayabusa. Sure, he was making waves up top and bottom. Global presence was there for him to just push on the waves, create that flank angle, create that slow pushing wave that could just distract the players of Ultra Legends. But again, it wasn't really his forte, because in the team fights, his Suyo looked a little bit clueless sometimes, right? Just being bursted down quickly, and it seems like he does need a bit more comfortability in the picks.
Yeah, and this team is very comfortable right now, up by 3-1. Only one game stands between them and the Dream. A Dream once held up by players who not too long ago were just like you. So the description of randos is not really too far-fetched, right? Because these are us, you know, just watching through the screen, maybe just, oh my god, imagine myself competing in the pro scene, imagine myself playing in the MSC. We thought it was just a pipe dream, but maybe right now you are the next MPL MENA Season 8 champions.
Yeah,
and it starts from now.
These guys are the trendsetters. These guys are indeed what other players hope to be, right? I mean, these were just ordinary guys. These guys, again, were friends, creating a team together, and finally one more win towards MSC. So it's gonna be insanely close, at least. But if Ultra Legends does make it to MSC, man, I think that's gonna set a new standard for the up and coming rookies to really come into MPL MENA later on. And we might see the uprising in other teams as well, just competing. They approach their debut with a for fun approach, not fearing losing, and look at them now. They've been learning a lot, they've been improving, sure, hiccups here and there, but it's fixable. So yeah, I think so far what Ultra Legends are trying to do is indeed historic.
Which makes me wonder, like, how would an org like Team Falcons will respond? Because they've been investing with these very experienced players for the longest time. Do they want to invest towards younger players? Do they want to acquire these guys from Ultra Legends? And that we need to see if, you know, Ultra Legends will be able to take this game from themselves, right? Team Falcons is backed into the corner, still with the same bans in the Lucas. Coach Link did not want to change that Yi Sunshin and this first two bans.
Yeah. And now look at this. The Joy taken out. And the Yi Sunshin again, still respected like you said. Obviously the Lucas. It just hasn't seen the light of day in this series, at least. Meanwhile, for Ultra Legends and Falcons, what else do they want to ban? The Hereth might be a good shout, because it has been very disruptive. Or if they fear again of a global presence possibly happening, and they can ban the chip. The Boxia is an option, but again, if you ban the Boxia, that gives the angle for a Kimi to pop, and Ultra Legends deem the Kimi to be more important, so they ban out the Kimi.
Yeah, interesting maneuver here from Ultra Legends, but maybe we can really rule out that it's still gonna be a Harith ban in the third ban here for Ultra Legends, knowing that the Baxia is available. Matilda is finally banned for Team Falcons, so they're going into the right direction from my perspective, or at least what I thought. Now, Ultra Legends, I gotta say, I still prefer the Baxia ban over the Harith. I gotta be honest, I don't know why they're fearing this Harith so much. Maybe it's something that Sano really likes to play, or maybe they don't have the right tools or the right hero pools to be able to counter this Harith if it has the room to snowball in the early game. Because as we all know in MPL Indonesia, like if you have a good Harith, that's an easy late game for you. Maybe Sano is the case also in this match, but Baxia is getting banned by Coach Drew.
And the Baxia is still respected. So at least now, the Harith is free. They might first pick the Harith, right? No Baxia threat. This could be a jackpot for Falcons if they want to take the Harith on towards themselves. And they will go for the Harith. Okay. That's free real estate. Wow.
Okay. We're gonna see like what makes this hero banned 3 times or like 4 times before this if it's used by Sano, and right away the response is gonna be the chip and also the Fredrin. This is back on typical the utility jungler Fredrin. You cannot go wrong with picking early Fredrin because you have a setup, you have a body in the front, you have a good jungler always also to clear the Lord and clear the turtle. The 50-50 is going to be favorable towards you, so it's a matter on how you supply this Fredrin with enough damage from the back if you want to play it that way. But with the chip being picked, you mentioned this a lot, realize but they don't have the luxury to pick it as Falcon already is on the case. It's gonna be the Hayabusa again for Boyets and a Kalea to respond. Interesting. And right away a Masha. That's a very early Masha being picked by Dark Lord here.
Okay, so Dark Lord. We have seen Shades of the Masha in the first game, right? Insane targeting, but I think this time the Kalea is there to hold the Masha in place. The Hayabusa, comfort pick, the Harith will be very, very fun to use with Sano. And now the glue banned out to deny possible XP pickups, right? I think a Fulvius ban could also come to play for Ultra Legends. But again, a CC is possible to be picked up as well. But a Lunox, so they fear of a possible a possible threat, I guess, again, out of respect of Quanok. And now, for Falcons, it's all about them just trying to derail Ultra Legends of a possible comfort pick again.
Do they still want to ban the 1-1 here, Falcon? Because it's one less target for the Kalea from Troll. And it's also, surprisingly, right, a decent lane matchup against the Harith in the first 2 levels, especially when you have the Inspire. And, it's not really the best matchup against the Hayabusa, but still, it's one more trouble that Falcons has to solve as Pharaoh picks up the 1-1 again. And they can still play that independent game for these players. You have a Masha, you have and there you go, the 1-1 is getting banned by Falcons. Now what do they want to pick in the gold lane here? Just to match up the early game from the Harith. You're gonna pick the Louis first. It might seem great, they have 2 teleportation, but sometimes in MPL Indonesia, this kind of things can overwhelm you and makes you a bit more, too decisive on what do you want to go for, which team fight do you want to appear on.
I think this time around they have the Loi to be a curveball effect again, just with the teleportation plays up and down. But Falcons, they have to be wary of that. And even if they do pop the diversion, I mean, the Harith is there. On standby, playing defensively. The Hayabusa as well is a defensive tool to play back and forth. The Kalea is also going to be very strong. And the Phoveus Farsa pickup. A good combo to end up the draft for Falcons. I mean, they have poke, they have front to back, they also have dive, and they have sustainability in the Harith. And now it's up to Ultra Legends to close out the XP, I suppose. No, not the XP, the marksman. And yeah, gold lane goes to Granger. So Granger Harith, a matchup that isn't really favored for the Harith in the early game, but once the Harith hits level 4, I think the Granger will have a hard time.
A whole lot of damage coming in from both parts, man. This is gonna be a very chaotic game from both, especially with how many teleportation that Ultra Legends have here with the diversion and also the shortcut. Hopefully it won't overwhelm them and makes the win con not clear for them. For the Team Falcons though, back again with Kalea, it's very simple. You just get one and kill them and try to win the team fight with numbers advantage. I wonder with this kind of like easy one condition, Team Falcons will be able to extend the series to a 7-game series here, or at least 6 for them. But yeah, back again, they are back to the corner. Looking at the emblems that they've secured, some tenacities from Kwanok here, knowing that he's gonna get dove on by the Hayabusa, potentially from Boyet, and we know that he's very capable on the Hayabusa, especially looking for some kills. And it was able to propel them towards a 16k gold lead victory in game number 3. Can they replicate it though in this game number 5 is the question. They have the tools, they have the Farsa again, a hero that they've picked up in that game number 3. But they can they soar beyond limits of what they have right now? Falcon Esports, they're back into the corner. They're in danger of coming back down to earth. Will they be able to extend the series against Ultra Legends? We'll have the answer right here in the Land of Dawn.
The Land of Dawn will be the witness of whether Ultra Legends will go down in history, or will it be witness of the Falcons soaring high again, spreading out their wings and becoming the representative of MENA in MSC 2025. Ultra Legends 1 game away of getting the ticket to Riyadh. And now, it's all about comfort. It's all about how they can really deal with the early game pressure coming in from Ultra Legends, because the Fredrin is going to be strong as well. The chip teleportation also enables them to create flank angles that could possibly be hurting towards Falcons. And this Luo Yi early will also have that hope that is very, very scary to deal with.
Yeah, Little Wonder taken by Team Falcons there. It's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna be the interaction here in the top lane for the XP lanes. Boy getting dove on and stole a small camp there. Delayed early level 4 for Throwboy. So good job coming in from Troll and Coffin to just put some pressure on towards Throwboy. Dark Lord again with the Swift Boots. Man, like, again, I mentioned this earlier, you don't see this on Marksman that needs attack speed, but Dark Lord just says, who cares, man, I need those.
Yeah, he does. He needs that. And I think it also enables him to move quickly as well around the map and have that extra, dispel. And now, for Ultra Legends, that lethal ignition on the Masha. So the Masha wants extra damage, and that's a very greedy emblem to have. But as a Masha that wants damage, that is justified. There's a Rice Rim getting ganked already.
Oh,
Throwboy still too tanky to be taken down. Sanji burns his flicker, and now Dark Lord is close by. Cockpit with a feather airstrike with Boyan again, becoming Mr. Retribution, as now Kwanok comes in to help and back the team up. Sanji, so low, Troll, biting the bullet and biting the dust as well. Sanji will get taken down by Dark Lord, and it's a 1-for-1 trade, a 1-for-2 trade but a turtle for the hands of Falcons.
Yeah, if you're a Luoyi, your opposing team clumping up. Even Guanok just being there. Oh, gotta watch out first. Dark Lord in trouble. Taken down. Ice cream though. Shortcut.
Shortcut, and he gets Boyette in the process. So Boyette is gone, and Dark Lord as well will teleport back to the top lane. And now, another airstrike with the Tsunami Slam, a good combo!
Oh my
to get
God.
Rice Crim as well. So a vengeance is started already to get the revenge kill towards Ultra Legends.
Yeah, early game, just as I predicted earlier, it's gonna be very chaotic. Already 6 kills in a span of 3 minutes, 1 kill average per 30 seconds. And I don't think they're gonna stop just yet here. Throwboy already invading the jungles of Team Falcons. Like a punish here though.
Demand Force with Throwboy, and Throwboy with a Razor Strat, but Pharaoh is the one dealing the damage. Pharaoh might have stepped too far, and yes, he does. Cuffin gets the kill with the Feather Airstrike, and they will get the 1-for-1 trade, but it's a roam for the gold laner.
Yeah, a trade that Team Falcons will take any day of the week. The Saudi Arabians are here to make a statement. Already still keeping up with the 1 kill per 30-second average here. 8 in 4 minutes for these two teams. They're gonna just pump the brakes a little bit, man. It's just too much action right now to deal with. Especially if you want to win the game, you just gotta focus on the objectives a bit more. Now, diversion towards the side bushes.
Uh-oh, the taunt connects towards Troll, and Troll with the Tsunami Slam brings Throwboy on towards the turret, but it doesn't matter! Still though, Cuffin gets the kill, and Dark Lord joins the fight with the shortcut as well, but he has to flicker back. Now Boyette is here, the shadow kill on towards the backline, Sanji jumping in with the demonic pursuit, but no! It's Sano getting the kill towards Quanok, and they will re-aggress to the turtle.
Once again, the backliner of Ultra Legends overstaying their welcome. Yes, you have the shortcut to start the team fight earlier than Team Falcons, but you don't have enough time to stay that long and not getting punished by the rotating Sanji and Boyette. Right now, Dark Lord already secured the Heptasis, so it's gonna help them deal a bit more damage, especially proverbially towards Cuffin that's already 4-0-1.
Cuffin is impenetrable, but look at that damage! And they're gone! Evaporated, burnt to pieces! As the mirror shatters, and Falcons, they have all the lead they need. Quanok is here, late to the party, but he might be the next on the chopping block. The shadow kill to exert more damage for Boyette, but Sano will be the one to pick up Quanok's dead body.
Man, oh man, the team fight capabilities of these two teams are off the charts based on the composition that they bring out to the table. Looking at the items right now, look at the emphasis towards the physical defense with a lot of Dreadnought armor from the Chip, from the Brethren, even for the Phobias as well. So they know that this skill damage is gonna come through in this early game for Pharaoh and for the Hayabusa already. Towards the Antikyras, Throwboy will take more damage more than ever right now in this early of a game.
Now Troll going back, Throwboy still waiting here. But we have Mr. Leo on live stream. Hi, Mr. Leo. Is this what you want? Thank you for watching, obviously. Mr. Leo casts. One of the best casters that MPLPH has, and probably one of the best that MLBB has, right, Chefin?
Yeah, for sure. Like, love your color casting, dude. Like, can never
Leo is my idol.
Close to that.
Leo is my idol. And now Throwboy is indeed Ultra Legends idol, and now shortcut will be popped. They will fight up top. Dark Lord will rush into Sano. Deleted. The Zaman Force won't save him. It's Sanji in the back, just jumping in around Troll. Not yet with the Tsunami Slam. He still saves it for later, but Ice Cream gets Sanji, and now Turtle gazed upon by Ultra Legends. Troll still wandering in the jungle. That will be what could propel Ultra Legends into a better state of the early game. Troll, Tsunami Slam. That's Rice Cream in too deep. He will flicker back and still be alive. The Feather Airstrike won't take him down, so it's only a spell burn.
Oh, they're not stopping just yet. Quad Shadow towards Pharaoh, but he's not gonna take it towards the Ogi Shadow Kill. Diversion towards that bush.
Uh-oh.
No one takes it. Do they want to wait here for Boyette? No. Still staying to take the orange buff though.
Wow. Now throw boy. Oh, it's a little damage from the Appraiser's Wrath. But still, orange buff secured, and they have a bot wave pushing. Meanwhile, up top, look at the Masha, just able to maintain that tier 1 turret still standing. And now for Ultra Legends, it's all about grouping up, right? They have the power to fight at this point. I mean, the Granger has 2 kills. Quanok still already has the Enchanted Talisman to go. And also, Boyet up top, shadow kill, not even able to scratch Dark Lord. Shortcut for the diversion as well. They're gonna try to fight back, but Pharaoh is stuck in no man's land! Thankfully, with the Purify, he's able to dispel that. And now, it's Sanji stuck in the middle of the fight, as they will try to pull back. No need of commitment happening.
A lot of teleportations happening all around the map here for Ultra Legends, and now
one force, no boy, caught, but Pharaoh will get troll. As Pharaoh also claims the Sea Halberd will want to have that extra healing reduction.
Yep. Looking at the economy and also the gold lead here, you can see some disparity on the jungle and also the as expected. You have Hayabusa and also on its own, on her own, just soloing in the long lane, and the fact that he has or she has the diversion and the shortcut will make her job much more easier here. Mai Shiranui will have all of the avenues in the world to take this turret and not being punished.
Whoa. Tsunami Slam! Quanok deleted! Shortcut onto the back, and Troll will have to eat the Appraiser's Wrath. Dark Lord has cuffed to his name, and Throwboy will exert his damage forward. Sano pops his on, forced to play safely, but it's Boyet still over ambitious again. But look at that Dark Lord. He has only one man in his death note, and that man is Cuffin. As now they stare at the Lord. This is a possible Lord in the hands of Ultra Legend.
Yep. This is getting hard for Boyet right now. He has the angle though, but right now he's getting bursted down.
Oh no! Sano is past tense, and Boyet will have to watch his teammate die, but they re-aggress. It goes Boyet. Tsunami Slam as well for Rice Crim to the back, and Boyet will get Rice Crim. That's a chip gone, but they still have 4 strong members here ready to fight. But at least for now, they will try to shoo away from the Lord as they send Dark Lord up top to try to push the wave again, restabilize that. And now the Lord will try to respawn, reset again. Feather Airstrike to clear the wave and push Quanok back. But as of now, it's all a momentary lull.
Man, MPL MENA is looking to take the crown of Brawl server here from MPL Indonesia. I'm a bit threatened right now. Already 12 and 12 in 11-minute mark. Once again, still keeping up with the 1 kill per 30-second average, just like my rank games here. Already half HP from the Lord. Ken Boyet gets in and take this one from Throwboy.
Oh, Troll with the Tsunami Slam! Oh! It's Pharaoh to secure the Lord, and Pharaoh with the kill as well. Dark Lord will get Cuffin. Look at them. They're blitzing this. They're rushing into the back. No flank angle to be opened, but at least they get the Lord. They get 2 kills, even 3 kills. Only Throwboy gone, but Tano is rushed down by a woman with 2 fists from Northern Vale. And it's all but sure that Ultra Legends will open the base for themselves. The Holy Defense will pop though. They will be pushed back, and this might come to a halt. But Boyet is there to stand strong for his team.
Look, this is looking really fine for Ultra Legends right now. They have 5k gold lead, and they can just pretty much erase all this base, all these turrets from Ultra Legends' hand. I don't think it's gonna take anyone. Even though Boyet actually takes a lot of beating from the hands of Dark Lord.
Wow, again, a desperation shadow kill. But look at Rice Cream, he has the shortcut. They will jump in and just brawl at you. Pharaoh gets the kill towards Troll, and that's a Sky Piercer popped as well. Dark Lord getting Sanji. It's Sano screaming in pain. Agony is in their eyes as Falcons, they will get their wings clipped. It's the Dragons It's Ultra Legends roaring to life and roaring to MSC. 5 randoms making a name for themselves and history etched for the players of Ultra Legends. Your champions of MPL MENA Season 7, and welcome to MSC 2025.
The ultimate Cinderella story from this actual Ultra Legends. Congratulations once again! You have soared beyond your limits. MPL MENA Season 7 champion against the mighty Team Falcons. They have done it! And they've etched their names to the history books of the MENA region. No, in Mobile Legends history. Wow.
Wow. A band of friends, a group of friends sharing the same connection through a bond in the land of Dawn. They were no-namers before this. They made their debut in MPL MENA Season 7 this season, but they made it through. They pushed all the way into the grand finals, taking down one of the giants of the MENA region, the Falcons, known for soaring high. Only one team that was able to cut off their wings, and that team is Ultra Legends. But what is bigger than a falcon? A dragon. An Ultra Legends dragon. Congratulations. My goodness, I did not expect it to end the way it did.
You expected 4-0 realize.
That's true.
Falcons took one from Ultra Legends, but that was mad. Imagine being in their place, the euphoria, the relief that you got, and also this sense of being being underestimated, being doubted by everybody and proving them wrong. Ultra Legends, this is your story. This is your book. And the script is amazing. Looking at the game highlights earlier, early game was kinda rough for both teams. It was left and right. Close being traded. It was 1 kill on average of 30 seconds for both teams. There were a lot of overextension that they should fix if they're gonna make a noise in the grand stage of MSC. But overall, this is a victory to be celebrated. They're not gonna sleep tonight.
I mean, look at the composition again, right? They have a Luoyi, they have a Chip. Again, sometimes the consensus is that if you have way too many global presence, it makes you overwhelmed. You become overwhelmed by the sheer presence of teleportation left and right, up and down. But I think for Ultra Legends, they were able to time it perfectly. They used the diversion to send Dark Lord up top to clear the waves, get a split push, get a segue play going on, and then you can rejoin with a shortcut. And multiple times, Dark Lord on this Masha is insane. Look at his targeting. He's only focused on Coffin. He's only focused on getting Sano. He solo killed Sano in that instance. Sano was equipped with a Zaman Force, but still he pushes on through. He doesn't give a single damn. And that last push was so satisfying for Ultra Legends. Look at them just recalling in the base. They didn't give a single damn. And with that Geek Fam recall, minus 20 points.
Aww. The whole team just aura farmed at the time. And the MVP of the closing game was Pharaoh with the Granger. Looking at the items, good respect there towards the Sea Halberd, just respecting the healing capabilities of the Harith and try to get him buff or nerfed as much as possible here. Just clean cut performance. A few overextension, but overall, who gives a damn when you're winning?
Yeah.
Looking at the damage distribution though, Kwana did his parts, and Dark Lord, even though it's only 23%, I'm sure he dealt his damage when it all matters. Most of the time he was just split pushing in the top lane, in the long lane, giving a lot more room for a throw boy, for the whole team to operate, especially when you have this kind of composition, which relies on you owning the map to execute the diversion and also the shortcut as much as you can. This kind of map control being provided by Darklord is so important.
Again, right? When we take a look at the items, nothing out of the ordinary. I feel like a radiant armor to just focus on the magic damage being brought upon by the Luo Yi. The fleeting time as well by Troll to get the Tsunami Slam going, but I feel like it wasn't savable that game, because the amount of pressure that Ultra Legends were able to put on Falcons was just unstoppable. They were basically everywhere. I mean, with the global presence that they had, surely they would do just that, but taking into account the individual plays, the pocket picks, the cheese strats, like this Masha right here, just pummeling on through the back line of Falcons, that was just done. I mean, how do you bypass a Kalea and then a Hayabusa and then go straight through the Harith and the far side? It's insane as a Masha. So I think that was one of the trump cards that Ultra Legends had that really gave them the win as well.
Yeah, the thing is, when you're using Masha, when your HP bar is depleted, you get this kind of anti-CC. So you don't get CC'd anymore once you're getting executed by the Tsunami Slam. Hence, you know, you didn't get targeted at all by the Kalea, which makes sense for Team Falcons because they have better targets to approach for. And this is one of the guys, Pharaoh. Fortunately, though, he rocked the Purify, so he's less vulnerable to the engages coming in from the opposing team, except for the Hayabusa. But yeah, once again, congratulations for Ultra Legends. Like, I just love seeing these kind of stories, man. The Cinderella stories, like out of nowhere, just formed a new team and somehow taking the league by storm, taking it all for yourself, and you have this chance to compete in a $3 million tournament in 31st of July.
I can't wait to see Throwboy against Kyrie.
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
Nah, I'm kidding. Onyx has to first go to MSC. And number 2, Ultra Legends has to make it to the wild card. And 3, just hope that they meet in group stages. But of course, a quote from Ultra Legends. Ultra Legends did it. Belief and trust turn a dream into reality. And that's a lesson everyone needs to learn. Obviously, people talk about talent. People talk about skills. I mean, it's there. But when you don't have the belief, when you don't have the trust, when you don't have the grit, the defiance, the courage to keep on going, you're not really gonna move anywhere, are you? And this is what Ultra Legends had. They had everything trusted from the get-go. They said it themselves. They don't fear losing, and this is what not fearing losing does to you. It gives you lessons, and it gives you a lot of things to learn. And I'm pretty sure that's where they peaked, right? Against Falcons, winning it in the grand finals. Their ceiling is still high. MSC's right around the corner, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, for Ultra Legends, they're gonna compete in the MSC right away. For the second placer, Team Falcons, they're gonna actually compete in the wild card. So all of you Team Falcons fan out there, you can still cheer for your team for the possibility to make it to the main stage in MSC. So don't get your hopes dimmed just yet. There's still once again, as the Ultra Legends team said, miracle does happen. You know, this is one of those. Yeah,
miracles do happen, and this wasn't just a miracle though. This was a hard something like a work in progress, right? This was hard work. This was sweat. This was blood, tears, all into one. And now, of course, what Ultra Legends did today is more than a win. It's a story that must be told, a blueprint that will shape the future of MPL MENA. And obviously, it's a blueprint. We talked about this. Like, this win, this victory that Ultra Legends were able to carve will inspire a lot of the upcoming talents to possibly come out of their shells and work hard and possibly match what Ultra Legends are able to bring to the table, right? These guys, again, are 5 random players with a bond of friendship. Maybe a few has the experience, like Ice Cream, for example. But as a core team, I mean, Throwboy himself wasn't even seen in the MPL scene in MENA. And now he's here, just wreaking havoc and being the champion, obviously, of MPL MENA. This will inspire a lot of the upcoming young players to deliver even more.
Yeah. Back to your point earlier, fake it till you make it. The confidence has to be there, man. Even as an athlete, you gotta have to deceive yourself before you deceive other opponents that you're the best. You know, you gotta have that irrational confidence, is the term that I really like to use when you're depicting these athletes in their respective competition. You gotta be able to just, you know, make yourself in a way deluded that you're gonna do it. Otherwise, no one's gonna believe it because you came from out of nowhere. You came from literally nothing. No org is backing you up. You don't have the amount of resources that other big orgs have, and now you are here to make it until the end, or at least you have the chance to make it until the top in MSC.
Yeah, and yeah, it's a beautiful way to close out MPL MENA Season 7. It has been a very, very interesting season. Obviously, Ultra Legends, they won the regular season, and now they won MPL MENA as a whole. But obviously, these are your lucky winners of the discussion segment where we had conversations up in the live chat. And these are the 5 lucky winners up on the screen so far. I'm not gonna read out. That's a lot of numbers, and I'm not good with maths, so I'll leave it to Jeffin. Jeffin is a postgraduate for maths.
Oh man, that was shout out to the last ID there. That's the same server as mine. Actually shared the first 3 numbers as mine. So maybe you want to share some of those diamonds with me. You know, out of brotherhood, out of power of friendship, as the Ultra Legends team has displayed us to show, you know, how beautiful it is to have this kind of friendship. So yeah,
Friendship
contact me on IG if you wanna share some of those blessings that MPL MENA has given you.
You're just trying to look for followers, Jeffin. Come on, man. You're famous. Already.
Nah, I'm just looking for.
Giving free diamonds? I don't think that's allowed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's been a very, very interesting final. It's been a very fun final, an incredible one at that. I mean, we saw finally the Giants being toppled down, taken down. Their reign no more. It was Twisted Nines, and then the 4 core players left. They joined and bonded together to Falcons, and then it just stopped there. Ultra Legends came in with flying colors, and obviously they ended like the power shift narrative. It's all built upon by them, and it was finished by them.
Mm-hmm.
They proved that the power shift narrative still exists.
And we will see if the power shift narratives still exist in MWI, which by the way is free of charge for entrance. So if you're a broke man like me, you can still go there dressing like you know, just a rando, just like Ultra Legends, and just watch these ladies play their games, man. Maybe the power shift happens in MWI. No more Filipinos and Indonesians dominating. Maybe some of those EEC region ladies will be able to topple them. And this is also happening in Riyadh, the MSC 2025 from 10th of July to 2nd of August. Man, it's always a good time when MSC and MWI is online. It's just every day is a Mobile Legends action. Every day you don't really, you know, you always need some sort of like Mobile Legends energy being pumped into you, right? And this is the right way to experience it, and you can experience it live. The tickets are on sale right now, including some MSC tournament pass, like 3 days matches and all that stuff. You can book it at webook.com, not anywhere else.
Yeah, and don't forget to gear up for MSC and MWI, because it is only 40 days towards MSC XEWC. I like that slogan, encounter the unknown.
Wait, I I like the design though here.
Yeah, the design is very nice. I mean, it feels like we're trying to split, right? The regions here. You got Southeast Asia, and then in the left side you got the Myanmar, China, Malaysia, ECA, and the other region. So yeah, interesting to see how MSC will go down, because MSC will be very, very prestigious for these teams. We talked about it, life-changing money. That's one of the motivations, but I think it's more on pride. It's more on winning an international trophy for your region. Obviously, last year it was SRG. This year it probably will be different, right? We have so far confirmed 2 from PH. It is TLID and Onyx PH. Obviously, Onyx, they have to qualify.
Yeah. And there are some teams that's already secured a spot in the MSC2. It's CFU Gaming from MPLKH, Aurora Turkey from MTC. We still have to wait for MPL Latam Grand Finals and MCC Grand Finals. There's some pretty good names out there. Seoul Esports from Indian Org that's handling the NA region. This is something that we didn't really see coming. BTK being transformed into Seoul Esports, and hopefully they will be able to noise, because it has been some disappointment streak from the NA region after their brilliant run in M3. Hopefully this is gonna be the turnaround, and also the turnaround for all the other regions out there, man. We were like, even us as Indonesians, we're kind of tired of it being either Philippines or Indonesian. Well, let's be honest here, it's mostly Philippines. We're getting tired of it. So time to power shift as the MPL MENA region did in this season.
Yeah, I think I like the power shift narrative that was brought upon by MPL MENA and Ultra Legends as well, right? They have been proven to be the dark horses, but they won the entire thing. So I think that could happen in MSC as well. A power shift maybe from PH to another region, because so far PH has been seen as the strongest region. In conjunction to international events and winning domestically, right? I mean, Onyx PH, a different breed of monster, TLPH as well. So that's a possibility that the power shift can happen.
When looking at the playoffs that's already happened, they've already secured 2 spots for the MSC for the PH representative. Those 2 teams that qualified, now I realize that looks just a little bit scary, Maybe setting some jeepers creepers down to your, make you goosebumps a little bit late into the night. But as we are right now in Indonesia, very late into the night, already 2:20. So thank you so much for all of you guys that's already watching MPL MENA Season 7 Grand Finals. It has been a fun time, and it's an honor for us to be able to cast this tournament. Chef in and realize we are signing out, and do not forget to watch the next tournaments of Mobile Legends Bang Bang everywhere. Bye-bye.